everything was already established and decided. Cowboys win the toss and elect to receive, getting started off. As Cowboys going to be moving from left to right, that would be south to north on your radio screen, as the Florence Huskies getting ready to kick off. And we're about ready to have some football, gang. Thanks for joining us. Once again, here's the Huskies prepared to get that kickoff from the 40 line. They're going to kick it off deep down through the line. This one's going to be fielded by Justice Williams, number 17, the sophomore for the Cowboys. He's out to the 20, 25 before he stuck good. Nice little return by the sophomore Justice Williams. You're going to hear a lot from him this season. And, you know, you look at varsity starting kickoff return as a sophomore, and that establishes a little bit of depth that Hinton's been able to create with this program now.
No, you're right. And he made a good move right at about the 15-yard line to avoid a guy and lowered his head and got an extra couple yards that he wouldn't have got, you know, if he'd have just ran out of bounds or something. So I'm glad to see that as an ex-football coach. I'm glad to see that. Now here comes Marchitelli in the huddle. It's nice to see him out there leading them just with all his experience and playing time he's had at the JV level, you know, and he's been ready to go for a couple of years now.
Oh, absolutely. And he's going to take over right now. He's got Buchanan next to him in a single setback, trips out to the left side, snap is low. Marchitelli's going to snag it up, and he's going to try to get a couple of yards, and that's about all he's going to get as he tries to fumble or squeeze up through the middle there, and it looks like maybe a gain of about a yard right there, and that'll bring up second down and about 9.
Yeah, a little low snap there. It took him a second to get the handle on it. The ball bounced back to him, and I'm sure there's a lot of nerves out there. You know, these kids, first varsity football game for the majority of them.
Well, and it looks like Spencer Dickey's out on the far side, lined up again. Buchanan puts Caleb Vincent in motion. Quick pass out to Vincent. Flag on the play. Vincent can't hold on to it. That'll stay right there. We'll see what the flag is.
I'm not even sure they let that play go off. That guy, I think he was trying to stop the play because it kind of looked like everybody kind of just let it go. Probably a dead ball foul on Gunnison.
I believe it was a legal procedure by the Cowboys, and that's going to move back the ball up and bring up second down as they weren't able to get it off. And that'll be second down and about 13 to go for a first down now. So Cowboys trapped down in their own area, still ahead of the 20-yard line, however, as Nico Marchitelli rallies his crew, breaks his circle, and is going to put out both Tate Hicks and Spencer Dickey off to the left, Solonic to the right. In the shotgun is...
Yeah, we got a trip set out to the left. Oh, another bad snap.
And I haven't been able to pick up on who that center is. I believe it's number 53, Jose Sanchez. I'll get that verified here on the next run. But definitely a little miscommunication there, and that's going to bring up third down and almost 17 now.
Yeah, like I said, John, there's got to be some nerves out there for, like I said, most of these kids, this is their first varsity football game of their lives, even the older kids. And, yeah, I think the center just held on to the ball a little too long, and it hit himself in the hind end and didn't get back to Nico.
Marchitelli from the shotgun, turns and burns to Justice Williams. Williams at the line of scrimmage moves it forward. He's going to gain about 3 yards there. But that's not going to be enough for anything close to a first down, and Cowboys will have to see the punting side of this ball and bring out some special teams.
53%.
No, and you know, you're going to see that, John. I think Gunnison's going to use the short passing game a lot as in lieu of a running game. The way Nico can throw the ball and get it out of his hands in a hurry, I think that you're going to see a lot of these little screens and dumps and quick passes out to the sidelines.
Well, Nico Marchitelli's back deep receiving the punt. Looks like he's going to kick it, so he'll be the punter for today. And this one's going to go into Husky territory. It's going to take a quick bounce. It's mishandled originally, but picked up by number 5. That's Josh Martinez. He's the quarterback today for the Huskies. Martinez gets plowed as he's met by a wall of Cowboys at the 40-yard line. So Cowboys do a good job of not allowing Martinez to get any range, and we're going to flop it over, and Cowboys are going to see the first defensive side of this ball.
Yeah, good pursuit on that punt. The first couple guys got down there in a hurry and missed a tackle, but they strung him out, and then the cavalry came, and they, you know, there were 6-7 guys on the tackle, which is good to see kids running the football. I mean, they got to be excited. Now we get to see Coach Bob Howard back in action, defensive coordinator.
Good to have Bob back. He's been missing for a few years here as Coach Hinton took over and came back in to help out this season. Bob used to do some of the broadcast with us here in the booth. now back on the green field. Here comes the snap as Husky quarterback Martinez underneath. He's going to hand it off to number 41. That's going to be Jacob Kennedy. We're going to see a lot of him this afternoon. Himself and number 6, Owen Bassetti. And he's going to pick up 9, just shy of a first down.
One on the tackle.
Yeah, there's Matt Solonic on the tackle from his corner position. It's kind of different to see somebody come out here in a double tight, double back set with all this spread stuff. I'll call it stuff, you know. Everybody's playing, you know. Florence is still kind of the traditional old power, you know, 5 yards in a cloud of dust.
Well, they proved that on that last play as that was just right up the middle and a powerhouse coming through. So Martinez once again under center. He's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to number 6. This time he's going to fake hold on to it. Tries to get out of bounds, but that's not going to be enough for a first down. So that should be third down and probably about less than a yard.
Really good play by the defense. I'm not sure who number 71 was. Caden Archuleta made a good play on the dive with the fullback, and then out on the outer edge, they strung that defense, that option play out really well, and actually lost it 2 yards. Really good pursuit by the Cowboys on that play, on the option play.
So it'll be 3rd and 2 coming up for the Huskies in their first offensive opportunity here as Martinez brings his team in a tight formation, comes under center. Here comes the snap, handoff to number 6. That's Bassetti. Bassetti up the front. He's going to have enough for a first down. And that'll be the first down of the ball game.
Yeah, just an off-tackle power play off the right side over there. The same one they ran for the first play for about 9 yards.
Well, that was good containment by Spencer Dickey coming off of his post.
Caleb Vincent's just entering the game right now, going down. Probably as a defensive end, it looks like.
Here comes the snap to Martinez. Fake handoff and comes back over. And that's going to be a gain of about 5 to the 40-yard line. So the Huskies now inside Cowboy territory, and that should move it to second down and about 5.
7.
Yep, that was number 7.
Braden
Duncan made come in on the corner. You know, just an old-fashioned cross-buck counterplay right there. Like I said, you don't see that very often in today's football game anymore. Action one way, pull the guard around, kick out the end, and Duncan come down out of his corner spot and made a good play there.
Again, Martinez coming up to the line for the Huskies. Under center, hands it off to Bassetti. Bassetti's off and running. He's going. Nobody can pull him down yet. He's at the 20, 15. And finally, a pile of Cowboys able to drive him out at the 10-yard line. So big gain. 30-yard run for Bassetti. We're going to see a lot of that. Owen Bassetti, the senior for the Huskies.
Just your old-fashioned, you know, they ran that play one time before on the option, and Gunnison strung it out. They gave it to the fullback this time in just the old-fashioned triple option, and somebody missed their assignment on tackling the dive, and big old kid like that, 218-pound fullback, he gets into the secondary. He's tough to bring down.
Cowboys going to queue up on that as the Huskies come up to the line. Again, Martinez under center. Takes the snap, turns, another handoff. This time it's going to be to number 41. That's Jacob Kennedy. Kennedy's going to slide in for a couple of yards. He'll be inside the 10-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 9, maybe about the 8. A little better than that even. So maybe around the 6. That'll bring up 2nd and 6 at about the, what appears to be about the 8-yard line. Still scoreless here in the first quarter here. 6:50 left to go. Cowboys versus Huskies out of Florence, Colorado. In the home opener for the Cowboys. First football game of 2020 in the COVID Bowl. Martinez underneath center, and we got a flag on the play, whistle before the snap.
Yeah, a little late on the whistle. I seen the left tackle move about 5 minutes before the referee come running in there. Everybody's pointing and yelling, and finally I don't know if he was over here having a hot dog or what, but and you know me, I'm hard on the officials, have been, but he caught it, and that helps the Cowboys. Now we're going to go back to about a 2nd and 11.
Certainly help out the Cowboys for sure. As tucked deep in their end zone now, Cowboys now able to get that ball due to that penalty is now outside of the 10-yard line. So a little bit more flexibility for the Cowboys on the defensive side with 6:35 left to go here in the first quarter. And still scoreless on a beautiful Friday afternoon, gang. Sorry that you can't make it here if you're tuned in to us on the radio, but we appreciate you being here. Huskies First to threaten in the offensive zone as Martinez again in a tight formation comes under center. He's going to hand it off to Kennedy. Kennedy's going to take it up the middle. He's got leverage, but he fumbles the ball. Looks like it might have been recovered by the Huskies, though. And that was a good penetrating run by Kennedy, but stopped. I didn't see who made the hit.
Sam Buchanan got an arm in there and knocked the ball loose, and that cross-buck counter, linebackers, we just got to do a little better job of staying home and reading and not trying to fly quite so fast.
Well, good stick by Buchanan. You're going to hear that name quite a bit. Buchanan grew quite a bit over his sophomore year to now his junior year. Didn't get an actual weight on him, but I think he's up in 195 is what I had heard.
No, I think you're right. He looks good out there.
Martinez with the handoff. This time he's going to hand it off to Bassetti, and Bassetti's going to walk it in easy right over, and that'll be the first score of the game as the Huskies up 6-0 over your Cowboys with 3:56 here in the first quarter. And
they just come back to that little triple option look and gave it to Bassetti, which is what I assumed they were going to do, and he had a good alley into the end zone.
Huskies looking up. They're setting up a wide formation for the first time for the extra point. Now they're going to bring it back in.
Swing and gate look so they can look and see how Gunnison's going to line up, and then they'll shift into their kicking formation.
And it looks like number 9, Jenkins Phillips. Phillips was the MVP of kickers last year in the 1A division. And this time he puts that ball up, and that one's going to miss wide to the left side. So Cowboys catch a break on the point after attempt. So the score will stay 6-0 after the first attempt at a kick through with 5:36 left to go. You're tuned into 98.3 KEJJ, your home for high school football.
Are you hungry? Well, your Gunnison McDonald's has you covered. Our drive-thru is open and ready to serve you the hottest, juiciest quarter pounder with cheese made with 100% fresh beef. How about an Egg McMuffin or some Chicken McNuggets? Thirsty? Come by and enjoy a $1 any size soft drink. McDonald's is open and ready to serve you tasty food and drinks right in the comfort and safety of your car. Come on over. We'd love to see you. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Hey, welcome back, Gunnison football gang. You're tuned into 98.3, and it's such a pleasure to bring this game to you. First game that we've been able to bring in quite a while. As the last 2 years been playing JV, we were able to couple together a homecoming game here or there, and that's been all the football that's been on the radio for the high school. I'm John Solonic alongside Lanny Percival, and this is quite the pleasure to be out here on a beautiful Friday afternoon, and finally, I'll say.
Friday afternoon football, don't get any better than that. Besides Friday evening football down at the Cowboys Stadium.
Yeah, unfortunately not able to play there under the lights. That always brings up a little bit more excitement. But this afternoon, 3 o'clock start is now a 6-0 ball game as the Cowboys trail to the Huskies as the Huskies getting ready to kick back off. This one's going to be a low-line drive. Looks like that one goes to Solonic. Solonic coming up the middle. He's already at the 30. Solonic finds a seam. He's at the 40, trying to hold on to the ball. He's brought down just before the 45. It looks like they're going to mark it at about the 43. So a nice little return on both ends. First by Justice Williams on the first kickoff, and second by Solonic on the second one. Puts Cowboys in some pretty good field position, the best they've had so far.
Really good return. And couple key blocks. Sam Buchanan got a block right up the middle, got their wedge buster, and Sam just buried him.
Marchitelli takes his team back out to the huddle nice and slow. So he's starting to get the countdown. Ball's placed at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys, looking to make some action against this Husky team. This Husky team's a good one from last year. They still have 8 seniors and looking to make another run. Marchitelli out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Buchanan. Buchanan up the middle, holds on to it. They try to strip from him. Sorry, it was
Gabe
Perez. Another name we're going to see there as Perez gains a few there. They're going to mark that one right at the 45-yard line, so that should be second down and looks like about 8 yards to go for a first down with 5:07 left to go here in the first quarter.
Little different look by the Cowboys. That snap, they had 2 backs in the backfield, kind of a traditional, just a traditional power type give right there. Now they're back to their single back set with trips to the left.
Dickey and Hicks out to the left, Williams to the right. Here comes the snap to Marchitelli, finds wide open over there. Tate Hicks. Hicks brought down inside Huskies territory. First down Cowboys. That's the first one for them. And Cowboys now with a nice little look inside the territory. Hicks finally brought down at around the 38 yard line. 37 now. Looks like they're going to mark it out.
Really good throw by Nico right there. You can see Nico's arm strength, just zipped it in there in that seam, and they didn't stand a chance on that one.
This time's Dickey and Williams off to the right side. This one's going to be handed off to Perez again. Perez is going to get locked up and driven hard back, and he's going to lose quite a bit of yardage before finally going down. We'll see where they give him forward momentum. Should only be a loss of about 7.
Yeah, that play didn't have much of a chance. They got good penetration right there over the right side in a hurry. And as soon as he got the ball, there was 4 or 5 Huskies there waiting for him. And there, just need to lower your head and get where you can get, and not try and string that out too long because they're going to tackle you for more loss there.
Inside of 4 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Cowboys trail 6-0. Marchitelli getting his marching orders from Coach Hinton from the side. Hinton, the head coach and the offensive coordinator, along with Bob Howard, the defensive coordinator. It looks like Marchitelli making some last-second adjustments to his line as he runs trips out to the left. He's got a single over to the right in Williams. Out of the shotgun, being protected by Perez. Good block there. And that's going to head to number 21. That's Peyton Frias. Frias, good to see him out there again, and Frias is going to pick it back up, not quite to the original line of scrimmage, so that's going to bring up third and about 13 left to go here in this drive, the second offensive drive for the Cowboys.
Really good block there by Braden Duncan, I believe, out there on the edge, picked off his guy. Looks like Florence is running a lot of man-to-man type coverage, and Gunnison ran a little, I won't say pick, a little rub play there to free up Frias and to get decent yardage there.
Jose Sanchez, the center, comes to the ball. Nico Marchitelli back with Duncan as his single setback. 2 players in motion. That's going to be no flag. Yep, finally they come. That'll be a legal motion there.
Yeah, you had Spencer Dickey and Sam Buchanan both going in motion at the same time. You know, I don't know, I thought they blew the whistle on that pretty fast because if a guy can get reset, they can still snap the ball. And they kind of hurried that one up a little bit, it looked to me like.
So that'll bring up third down and about 17 now as the ball gets marked back at the 45-yard line, still in Husky territory as Cowboys Marchitelli, quarterback, gets his orders from Coach Hinton, runs back out onto the field, and kind of a slow setup here. 2:36 left to go as the clock keeps running. We're going to run double wide out on the right with Williams and Buchanan. Sets Dickey in motion. Dickey's looking for some sort of call, it looked like, yelling back to Marchitelli. Now they're set up. Still nothing happened as far as the snap goes. Trips out to the right, single over to the left, and here comes the snap finally. Marchitelli back to go. Reaches for a pass, but it looks like he got his arm pulled out from him. And that one's going to be incomplete, and that'll be another 4th down for the Cowboys with long yardage to go for any opportunity for a first down. I imagine you'll see the punting unit come out right now.
Yeah, he had Spencer Dickey there open over the middle on a little seam pattern, but the time, he just didn't quite get the time he needed. As soon as he was getting ready to throw the ball, he got hit down around the waist, and he threw that one in the dirt. And we haven't brought our punt team on yet. Looks like I wouldn't be surprised if I don't see some sort of a quick kick here.
Yeah, I would imagine Cowboys did that a couple of times in JV last year to where Marchitelli just takes it and then punts it back. There's nobody back there, and that's exactly what we're going to see. Marchitelli gets a good foot on it, hits it about the 10-yard line, but bounces all the way down into the end zone. And that'll come back. I believe they're going to place that one at the – do they place that one at the 30 or the 20?
20. And, it was a great idea if Nico could have just got it kicked to the sidelines a little more or just took a little less off of that, because Florence had nobody back deep. If Gunnison could have got back there and down that inside the 5, that would have been a big, big field position flop.
Well, for those of you that were able to see those games last year, that was kind of a popular move that the Cowboys did, but it only fools them once, as I imagine you're going to start to see the Huskies put somebody back, but Huskies now not worried about that as they're on the offensive side. Looks like Martinez for the first time coming out of the shotgun, and actually that's going to be Lincoln Nix. And he holds on to the ball. Nix has some green grass, and he's running in a shoestring tackle by number 17, Justice Williams, able to trip him up. And Lincoln Nix, 5'9", 160 pounds, able to get some leverage there, coming right out of the quarterback position.
Kind of the same play we've been seeing them run with two back set out of the shotgun. They faked Bassetti to the right side and just ran a quarterback counter back over to this side. Gunnison's backside's just got to do a little better job of staying home and playing for counter and not trying to fly so fast on this backside.
Well, I imagine you're going to see him in quite a bit, and he's coming in again, and he's going to take it off of the shotgun. Huskies trips out to the right-hand side, moving from right to left. Here comes the snap, handoff to Bassetti. Bassetti's got a little bit of green room, breaks a couple tackles. He's going to have a first down, still looking for more. He's still on his feet, and he's getting the more he's looking for. He's got blockers with him, and if Bassetti can stay on it, which he does, he's going to cross that goal line, and that'll be another 6 points for the Huskies. The Huskies coming into Gunnison Valley, proving that they mean business with the running game today, as they've been walking all over this Cowboy defense, and that's a tough go for the Cowboys. That's a big gain, about a 60-yard run for a touchdown, and another 6. 56, Steve Williams gives us the correction. It's nice to have a little SID on board. I like it, Sports Information Director today.
Yeah, and you get a 220-pound tailback loose on the secondary. He's a little hard to bring down, and Gunnison had their chances. We missed 3 or 4 tackles there within 5-6 yards of the line of scrimmage. And they're going to do it again here out of their swinging gate.
Nix is going to grab the ball. He's going to hold on to it, but he's abruptly brought down by number 5, Caleb Vincent. Good penetration by Vincent and the Cowboys to get that stopped at any momentum. So that'll leave only 6 on the board for the Huskies, totaling 12. So 2 touchdowns, no extra points for the Huskies as they attempted a 2-point conversion, couldn't pull it off. And with 1:14 left to go here in the first quarter, Huskies are over your Cowboys with a score of 12-0. And Cowboys looking to try to get a little bit of offensive back going. It'll be interesting to see what they end up trying on this next round. Passing seems to have been their thing so far.
No, and I think that's where they're going to kind of use their short passing game to control the ball, make a sustained drive a little bit, and try and get a little momentum on that side of the ball and take so much pressure off their defense. There's been guys running open. The key is going to be, can Nico get time to get rid of the ball right now? Because I'm sure Florence knows what Gunnison's going to try and do, and they're just going to pin their ears and start coming.
Well, so far on every offensive attack, even though we haven't made major yards, I think you hit the key right there. Does Marchitelli have enough time to be able to execute? He's had open players and options every single time. He's just not been able to have the time to hit them every time.
You're exactly right. And he's completed a lot of them short passes. If we can just break one tackle, a lot of them short passes, them little flares and stuff, if we can break one tackle, it turns a 3-yard gain into a 8, 9, 10-yard gain.
And it looks like Williams and Solonic back deep for the Cowboys. Here comes the kick with a 12-0 lead after that touchdown, and this one's going to float out to Williams. Williams going to take it at about the 4-yard line. Williams out all the way to the 15 now, the 20. He's got a little bit of running room, and, man, he got brought down hard, almost a horse collar there. No flag on the play, brings it out to the 25-yard line, so Williams does a good job of getting that ball all the way in.
No, he's got a little bit of no fear to him. He runs that ball up in there hard on a kickoff return, which is what you need out of a young kid. It shows the coaches something. I like to see him try and get Nico out on the edge a little bit with a little run-pass option. What is Nico weighing now? 200 pounds, probably, roughly. I was
going to say he grew quite a bit from last year as well, not only weight-wise, but also height.
If he can get out on that corner and give him a little run-pass option and maybe make that defense commit one way or another, he's going to be a tough kid to bring down because he still runs pretty fast and he's pretty nifty.
Sophomore Alex Harvey takes a little bit of extra time coming into the huddle. He's going to the front line as the Cowboys get set up as both Michael Reiser in the game for the first time, out on a double set, going to send Vincent in motion. This time exactly as you talked about, Lanny. Here comes Marchitelli to the outside, the far side. He's still on his feet. He's got plenty of green grass. He's still going. He's got one left. Couldn't break that one. Takes it over the 50, out into the 40. Good call there by Lanny Percival. Talked just the exact same thing we just talked about and showed the speed of Nico Marchitelli, the quarterback for the Cowboys. Wheels it into Husky territory. Ball gets marked at about the 42-yard line, and now the Cowboys on a threat.
And what set that up there was great blocking out on that left edge with the trip set, and then Sam going out there leading him. Buchanan, really good man-on-man blocking out there. They got the corner sealed, and that wasn't even a run-pass option. That was a straight just quarterback sweep. And Nico, he cut it up in there and got a good gain.
43 yards.
43 yards, according to Mr. Williams. But he's a banker. He can't count.
Williams and Dickey split out to the right-hand side, doubles over to the left. Looks like they put Riser in motion. This one's going to be a keep by Marchitelli again. He's going to slide to get down. He's going to gain about 3 to the 40-yard line. And with under a minute left to go, Cowboys trail 12-0 to the Huskies. But in their offensive zone for the second time out of 3 possessions.
Well, but that's good to see. You know, last time we got down here in the first play, you know, we had a big loss. And, you know, just if you can stay ahead of the chains and not get behind the chains with that down marker, still keeps Gunnison's offense. They can run anything they want in their playbook with their short passing game and then try and find somebody over the middle like he did with Hicks a little while ago.
And this time Hicks and Dickey out to the left, Solonic, and it looks like
Rocky Marchitelli
was in there. This one's going to be a keeper right up the middle. That's going to be a gain for about a yard before brought down. It's kind of a botched play there for the Cowboys. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 8. As the clock continues to run, we'll run down, and that'll end the first quarter. So Cowboys, after 1, Cowboys trail 12-0 to the Florence Huskies. When we come back, Cowboys will still have the ball in their offensive zone. You're tuned into 98.3 KEJJ. You're home for Cowboy football.
Chuck Hawes here with Western Slope Connection. We'd like to thank all of our customers for 15 years of business. It's been a pleasure serving you all. Swing down to the shop located on the west end of town by the car wash. We'll help you with your metal needs. We also weld up parts and pieces. We carry a good supply of welding goods as well. If you have that little something to get you ready for next summer, come see us between January and March. That's the best time for those projects to get done. At Western Slope Connection, we can weld your crack. 641-5171.
Welcome back to Cowboy football. Beautiful Friday afternoon where your Cowboys taking on the Florence Huskies football program. Huskies coming in strong with a big team this year, over 50 people on their roster. And in an interview with Jeremy Nix, that they knew one thing for sure is that his team was going to be ready, quoted saying these boys have been working their tails off since June 1st. They've got a lot to work with. They've been in the weight room the whole time trying to figure out, just like any team was, and it still is with this whole COVID thing. But he's got a good team returning off of an 8-2 season last year and a playoff berth. They didn't go anywhere with it. But definitely a solid team. Their entire front line twice the size of the Cowboys, so a big team, and no question bringing it to came to the Mountaineer Bowl this afternoon with some business to take care of.
Yeah, you're right. This is a tough one for the Cowboys to start with, and they're not helping them out any right now. They had 3rd and 7. Once they flipped the chains, now they're going to fix them. Okay, I was like, now we went from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 10.
Huskies take the field. Coach Hinton still has his team huddled up trying to make some last-second corrections here and some advice here as we get the second quarter started up. 12 minutes back on the board.
And this could be 4-down territory for the Cowboys. If we can pick up 4 or 5 yards and make it like a 4th and 2, I wouldn't be surprised if you see him go for it on 4th down. So, they got to be smart here and try and get what they can and then reevaluate for the next down.
Well, here we go, getting started off with the second quarter. Cowboys trail 12-0 here at the Mountaineer Bowl on a beautiful Friday afternoon. Nico Marchitelli runs with Braden Duncan and it looks like Buchanan out in front. Here comes a pass out wide, intended, I thought, for Buchanan originally, but there was Justice Williams wide open. So Marchitelli shakes his head in disappointment, know that ball was overthrown just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think he got his shoulders quite squared back up to the line of scrimmage on a little rollout here to the left side. You got to work extremely hard to get your shoulders pointed back downfield and get around and make that throw running to your left for a right-handed quarterback. It just didn't look like he quite squared up enough, and usually if you don't do that, the ball will sail wide on you.
Well, Cowboys now moving the opposite direction, so they're moving from right to left now on your radio screen, from north to south here in the Mountaineer Bowl. Marchitelli back in with his team at the huddle, as the Huskies have a comfortable 12-0 lead over the Cowboys. Cowboys looking to shore that up. We'll see they're lining up again in that maybe potential quick punt, 4th down and about 6 yards to go. He's going to put Buchanan in motion as a blocker, and this time no punt coming from Marchitelli. He's going to air it out. He's got Spencer Dickey wide open, and Dickey can get a hand on it, but not the ball all the way in, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Ball's going back the other way. Dickey wide open and was just slightly overthrown, or you could even call that slightly underran.
I'm going to leave that one alone. But no, a nice ball. He just threw it just a little bit too far. And, it's as a quarterback, it's your job to know the speed of your receivers. But it was a well-designed play. They actually had a couple guys wide open. I seen Sam Buchanan was open off the motion here in the flat. And then, with Spencer coming open deep there, I see where he went with that ball. But he had him. If you just, and nerves, like I said, I think these kids are pumped up. Nico hasn't played a varsity football game since he's a freshman.
No, absolutely.
There's a lot at stake here for some of these kids. They've been wanting this for a long time.
And this time looked like Nix is back in the game. Nix looking to throw, and he does. This one's popped up, but falls to the grass before any Cowboy's able to grab it. A couple that were in the area, both Hicks and Solonic, looked like they might have been able to pick it up as far as that tip goes. It just wasn't quite high enough.
Williams got his hands on it just a little bit over his head. He got 2 hands on it, but he didn't quite reel it in. And Gunnison wasn't quite even set up front. They were still moving guys around at the snap of the ball. And, young guys up front again, they're got to get their lined up a little sooner and a little quicker and get their calls out from their linebackers to know where to go.
Lincoln Nix is going to bring the Huskies up. He's under center this time with a pair behind him. It's going to be a fake one-way, not sold to the Cowboys as he gets tied up, and I believe that one was Bassetti. Bassetti gets sat down in a loss of about 3 or 4.
Another real good play by Caleb Vincent. He come off the edge out here on that outside linebacker and made a heck of a play on that counter. That's the first time the Cowboys have shut that counter down. And, Caleb gave up about probably 40, 50 pounds right there on that matchup. And Gunnison had good pursuit and ran to the football and got him tackled back there behind the line of scrimmage.
Lincoln Nix, the second-string quarterback, still taking snaps here. As this time he comes out of the shotgun position. He's going to tuck the ball and run, a speedy little runner as quoted by his coach. And this time he's going to get a first down and then out of bounds in Cowboy territory at about the 46, maybe the 45-yard line. See where they end up marking it.
Yeah, right there, he gave the aura that he was going to pass, but I think that was a quarterback run, draw type play all the way. I don't think he ever intended to throw the ball.
Well, in an interview with Jeremy Nix, the head coach, said about Lincoln, Lincoln's a hard worker who runs the ball well and is a speedster. He's a serious guy that listens well and works to be better each day, and he's proven it right here, taking quite a few snaps from Josh Martinez, who's entering back into the game, it looks like. So they've got a little bit of depth as they can move that Lincoln to a wide receiver position as well. We'll see what they end up doing here.
Martinez is going out wide. He's lined up as a wide receiver on this side this time.
So Nix comes under center, a pair behind him, a single splits on both sides. Holds on to it, running to his offside. He's under pursuit by Buchanan, missed there. Gets flattened out at the line of scrimmage and finally pushed out after a gain of maybe about a yard.
Real good pursuit by the Cowboys. We could have got him for about a 5 or 6 yard loss there. Sam just missed the tackle back there in the backfield. But still, real good pursuit. You hold him to he didn't even gain a yard on that play, about a half a yard. So the Cowboys, if they can just keep from letting that one big play every possession go, like the last series of downs, you had 3rd and 15, let a quarterback run for 17, 18 yards for a first down. Them are killers.
So Cowboys again on the defensive side. Looks like they're running about a 4-3 combo on this one against the counter. Underneath Nix it's a handoff. And this time that one's going to go to Kennedy. Kennedy's going to turn on the guns, and he's going to at the 5 and across the goal line. And that'll be 3 scores and 3 possessions for the Huskies. And the Huskies beginning to kind of running away on the offensive side of this. It only took them 1 first down and an extra play to get into the Cowboy end zone. And they'll take the lead 18-0 over the Cowboys.
44 yards.
44-yard touchdown run, and the Cowboys have somebody down on about the 40-yard line. There's a big pile up of linemen and stuff right there, and I'm not sure what happened.
I don't have a number yet on who's down as well. We'll give that to you as soon as we know. Tell you what, this one looks like it's going to be a little bit. We'll go ahead and take a break as they do as well on their timeout with 10:40 left to go here in the first half. Cowboys trail 18-0. When we come back, extra point attempt. You're tuned into 98.3 KEJJ, your home for sports in the Gunnison Valley.
Hey, Buff's Collision is here locally and ready when you have an accident. Prompt, courteous body repairs, frame straightening, and perfect paint matching for any vehicle. And modern aluminum bodywork is everyday stuff. Buff's Collision can handle those deer collisions, too.
Jimmy on a beat, boy.
To stop this Husky offense.
Yeah, and I can't tell the number still, but it's an offensive line, defensive line kid out there, number 73.
Does, and that's going to be Bogdan Maples. Maples is the kicker.
And that's kind of where, Gunnison's really, really young and inexperienced, where they can't afford to lose somebody who's on their starting offensive or defensive line, because after that I know they get really young. So, one of the positions they could least afford to lose a guy for any amount of time is up front there.
Bogdan Maples, in talking to a couple of the players, my understanding is Bogdan's from Russia. Not sure how long he's been here, but they were all imitating his accent the other evening. So as Maples able to finally limp over to the sidelines, he'll get looked at by team attendants.
Looks like it's a lower leg issue down below, the knee or ankle in there. That's what they're looking at. Florence is back out in their swinging gait.
Looks like they're going to have Lincoln Nix under snap. He's going to set in the shotgun position. So far, they've closed that gate every time. This time, they're going to leave it open. This one's going to be a pass up the middle, and that one's going to be dropped. It was targeted on, but number 80, Cornell, just dropped it on a quick little offensive slant run and just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, that was a misdirection snap back to number 6, back to Bassetti instead of number 22, and then he threw a little jump, Tim Tebow type jump pass that the kid had his hands on, but Tate Hicks came in and knocked the ball away right there as the ball got to him, as the ball got to the receiver.
Well, good play by Hicks and the Cowboys. And with that, we'll go ahead and take another timeout. You're tuned into 98.3 KEJJ, home of the Cowboy Network.
Hey, did you know Western Lumber is locally owned, family operated, and here in Gunnison for over 40 years? You contractors and homeowners, Western Lumber has everything you need for your projects. Great hardwoods, decking, masonry supplies, roofing materials, insulation. Western Lumber, they've got it all at the West End. 601 West Highway 50, 641-1819.
Welcome back to high school football. We haven't been able to say that very much as Cowboys trailing the Huskies 18-0. So far, Florence Huskies been hot on the ball on every offensive possession to put it into the end zone. Cowboys been good on stopping them with the point after attempt. And Now we'll receive again. Once again, Solonic and Williams back deep for the Cowboys. Cowboys moving from right to left on your radio screen as the kickoff coming from number 9, Jenkins Phillips. Phillips is going to put this one short and on the ground. This one gets picked up by the Cowboys, and it looks like number 2, Ezra Hartzell. Hartzell's going to return it out to about the 35-yard line.
And he got stuck.
He did. Hartzell, another senior for the Cowboys. Sees a lot on special teams, and this time was able to pick that ball up and at least get him out to the 35-yard line to give Marchitelli and his offensive Cowboy team another opportunity to try to get this score squared back up with 10:36 left to go here in the half.
Yeah, I like to see the Cowboys punch one in here. You know, they've had their chances. We've had some opportunities. We've missed some opportunities. And we've hurt ourselves with mistakes and stuff like that. But you know, give Gunnison credit. You know, they had a chance to find a game, and they went out and found one of the toughest teams in Class 1A and scheduled their first varsity football game back with. So, you know, they got to hand it to them. They knew they were going to have a tough one today.
Marchitelli with a single setback, split 2 on either side, is going to move in motion. That's going to be Caleb Vincent wearing his older brother's jersey from last year, number 5. Bryce Vincent.
Florence did a defensive shift and drew Gunnison's offensive line. They had 2 or 3 guys jump. So that's kind of a tricky deal there. You know, we used to do that a lot. Depends on what Florence says to initiate their shift. It could be, and I see the referees talking to their team right now. What they say, if it resembles a cadence count, then they can't do that. They have to do something completely different. And they called a penalty on Florence.
They did.
You know, you can't do something to try to get them off sides, to try and make the offensive line. It has to be something you do regularly. And I know we used to tell the officials that we're going to do some shifting. And we used to have to change up what we'd say every game so it did not resemble the offensive cadence at all. And Florence must not have did that, and they got called for it. You don't see that very often, boy.
Boy, you sure don't. I think that's the first time I've even heard about it, as they're going to mark this one off. It looks like 5 yards, as Bassetti has a quick conversation with the referee. Cowboys give the flag back as they come up to the line once again. Double splits to the right and the left. Single setback, and it looks like, I'm not sure who that is, along with Marchitelli at this point in time. They're going to put Vincent in motion, moving him hard to the strong side. Here comes Marchitelli as he tucks the ball and runs with it. This time not able to get quite that seam he was looking for and that he found in the last attempt at that same play. He's going to gain about 3 on that play, so should bring up second down and about 7.
Yeah, not a bad play. I'd say he got 3 or 4, at least 4. And, you know, first down 4, second and 6, that's not a bad play right there. They're just, you know, Florence, they're experienced in the linebacker core, and they're flying pretty hard. If we had some kind of counter in our bag right here, that'd really work on them, or a throwback or a screen or something, the way they're really coming.
We'll see how they plan to go. They're going to set that double split out. Actually, they're going to take trips to the right, out to the weak side. Strong side has a single set in Williams. Timeout called by the referee to have a quick discussion. They're going to call everybody in.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're discussing when we were in the huddle, when everybody was still in the huddle. Unless they did some kind of a legal substitution, which I don't think I see anybody come in or out. Did you?
No flag on the play. Just a meeting of the minds.
Oh, man, don't get me started on that one.
9:51 left to go here in the first half. Cowboys trail 18-0. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, gang. I'm John Solonic along with Lanny Percival, giving you a little fun on a Friday afternoon as we have a home opener for the Cowboys, who are slow to get this snap off, without a doubt, as the Florence Huskies now want a some sort of reset on, I believe the yard markers were off. We got some action around here, but not on the football field.
No, it must have been, they moved the first down markers, and you know, I thought Nico picked up a few more yards than what we gave him, and then, I don't know. I think I was talking to my brother today and asking him if he was going to run the chains. I think we got Western Rustlers over running the chains today. So now we go from a 2nd and 6 to a 2nd and 1.
Well, either way, good news for the Cowboys as things look like they're more set. Trips out to the right, Marchitelli in the shotgun. Looking to both sides. Here comes the snap. Marchitelli with it, tucks it, tries to get up the middle, but he gets stuck quick by number 28, Gabe Carter, defensive lineman there. Stands up Marchitelli, and that should be a gain of 0, I believe.
Boy, if we could have stopped the penetration right there in the middle, because they did a good job of blocking that off-tackle play out there on the edge, but penetration in the middle got us, and if we could have got that one guy just chipped, Nico would have had a good 6, 7, 8 yard gain.
Perez comes out, Buchanan goes in. Marchitelli taking his time with his team, trying to get communication straight with Coach Hinton. Finally does, gets his team out. He's going to have Williams down on the far side as a single receiver out. Double over to the right. Slot back off of the right-hand side as well. Again, looking for blocks. Marchitelli finds a few. He's going to try to get around the corner and go for a first down. Looks like he dropped the ball in the reach process, trying to get a first down there.
Yeah, it's going to be real close. I couldn't quite tell where it went out of bounds. And I think they're actually going to say he lost a yard or two.
So 3rd down and looks like a short 1. Ball's not moving much. Inside of 8 or 9 minutes now at 8:41 left to go.
Going to be 4th down.
And they moved it again, so it looks like it's 4th and about 2 now.
Yep, a long 2. And Gunnison down 18-0. Looks like they're going to try and, I don't know, they're going to try and go for it here in their own territory with 8.5 minutes left in the quarter.
It's a tough call. I think they might be making it look like that, hoping that the Huskies bite for another time and maybe that quick punt again. Huskies send nobody back to cover that quick punt. Trips out on the left-hand side, on the weak side. Single set over on the right. Here comes Marchitelli. He holds on to the ball. He's not looking to kick it. He's running. He's got it all. He's got a first down and more. He's inside Husky territory. Quick little juke right there, and this is going to put him on the board. The 10, the 5, and across the goal line, Nico Marchitelli with a great delay back at around the 30-yard line. The Huskies bit, and Cowboys on the board. Well-designed 4th down play.
That was, I tell you, that took some guts. You know, we've ran that, it's just a quarterback sweep. You know, we've ran that 3 or 4 times and had decent success with it, but they got a good block out here on the edge by Williams, and Nico made a guy miss down here at about the 30, like you said, kind of did a little stutter step, and, you know, Nico outran him to the end zone. Gutsy play for about a what? Mr. Williams, 57 yards, and then we run an option for a 2-point.
And he's in.
Caleb Duncan gets in there for a 2-point conversion. Good for them.
Yeah, nice little move. The swinging gate again to where they line up their entire offensive line on one side and only a couple of guys to snap the ball on the other side. And that time Marchitelli just took it, started running with it. Braden Duncan, once Marchitelli was collapsed upon, just pitched it out to Duncan, and he gets in, stuck inside the goal line, but makes it another game. So we've got an 8-18 game. Cowboys shore it up a little bit. Cowboys now on the board before it's able to expire. Still with 8:28 left to go here in the first half. We'll go ahead and send it back to the station. And when we bring it back, Cowboys be kicking off for the first time of the game. You're tuned in to 98.3 KEJJ. You're home for Cowboy football.
Hey, did you know Gunnison is Gunnison's hottest pizza place at 303 East Amici? What's your pleasure? 16-inch, 18-inch, how about 20-inch? Yeah, 20-inch pizza with 13 stock toppings, but you can build your own too. And wait till you have a Gunnison pizza. How great can it get? You got to savor just tasting it. And they've got 6 great salads, burgers too, cookies, cheesecake, and shakes to boot. Gunnison Pizza, 641-1110, 303 East Amici.
Kennedy back deep for the Huskies, looking to take a kickoff. The first kick return the Huskies have had to face this time, as the Cowboys now on the board with not only a touchdown but a 2-point conversion after it. So 8-18 is our score here with 8:28 left to go here in the first half. Coming on out, I'm not sure who will be the kicker this round, because I know Jose or Bogdan Maples was one of their bigger kickers.
It's going to be Jose Sanchez teeing the ball up.
I saw him practicing the other night kicking field goals from around the 40-yard line, so we know he's got a foot.
it's going to be really important right here. Hopefully the Cowboys can get out here, get a 3 and out, which we haven't been able to do yet, or get a turnover or something to get their defense a little bit of confidence and get the ball right back on the offensive side and keep that momentum going.
Sanchez back, kicks it kind of a short, high one. That one's going to be fielded right there by Kennedy. Kennedy's looking for an opening. He's finding a little bit to the outside, but gets brought down hard by Caleb Vincent. Coming in on the tackle along with him was number 17, Justice Williams, as well. So Cowboys doing a good job defending against the speed of Jacob Kennedy.
Real good play there by Caleb Vincent coming from the other side and running him down. Caleb's made 3 or 4 good plays on defense and then made that good tackle. Because if he wouldn't have made that tackle, it might have been a foot race on this other edge over here if Caleb wouldn't have run him down from the backside there.
Well, and Kennedy, not one you want to have a foot race with. 5'8", 160-pound junior, has already shown his speed a couple of different times in this game. Give him any green grass, he takes as much as you give him. And you're right, he almost had quite a bit. So with 8:21 left to go, the Huskies now take on the ball, and that's going to bring under Nix, is going to come under center. Nix looks back to pass. He's going to go over the top. He's going to find number 80. That's Bijah Cornell. Cornell's brought down, but not until after a first down.
Yeah, and they kind of picked on, it looked like Michael Reiser was in the game at inside linebacker next to Buchanan just now, and he just kind of let the guy cross his face, didn't pick him up fast enough, and number 80 is a big old tight end. I'm not sure how big he is, but he's
6'5", 230. That's a far cry from what little Mike Reiser's at right now. Not to say he's not going to be there by his senior year, but that's a big boy at 6'5" and 230. I would imagine you're going to see that matchup by the Huskies when they need that short yardage be produced a few different times. Cowboys going to need to watch their backs on that one.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's in there the way Florence is running their offense. He's more in there for blocking. He's like another offensive tackle in there.
Lincoln Nix still back behind. He's going to give it to Bassetti. Bassetti's out around the outside. He's over the 50, the 45, the 40 before he finally gets brought down at the 35 by Braden Duncan coming out of the linebacker position. Bassetti, 6 foot and 218, so no question Florence Huskies appropriate named with the Huskies.
No, just a little fullback trap again there. They like giving him the ball in the middle at his size, and got to hand it to Braden Duncan there. He come up there and made a really nice tackle, giving up probably 60 pounds.
Oh, absolutely.
And he made a heck of a play out there on that corner.
Braden Duncan at half the size, nicknamed dubbed the Tasmanian Devil, and lives up to it often as Lincoln Nix brings his team again. Double setback behind him, comes under center this time. Fake handoff looking to throw, again looking for number 80, and that one's just ripped out of the hands of Duncan. And that, was it a fumble? I don't think so.
I think they were calling him down.
And another just real quick slant play by number 80, the 6'5", 230 in Cornell.
And Duncan was in great position right there, but he just got boxed out like by a power forward for the football. Duncan had to try and go around him and just couldn't get around him to make that play.
2nd and about 4 at about the 28-yard line. Cowboys desperately trying to hold it back as Lincoln Nix still the quarterback for the Huskies as he comes in under center. Double setback behind him, split ends to both the right and the left. A little bit of movement by the Cowboys. Not a whole lot of effort by Ashton Carroll to get back onside. Ball wasn't snapped. He was only...
False start.
Oh.
He was drawing off. And one thing we got to make here, and I've been looking for 55 in the program, Sam Buchanan has changed his number from 42 to 55, so looks like he's probably going to spend the rest of the game down at offensive guard since number 73 got hurt.
Buchanan, a utility player they can put anywhere. I know he's the backup quarterback just as well as an option play by the Huskies. Gets outside 30, 20, 10. He's down to the 5. Flag on the play. Touchdown Huskies. This one looks like it might come back.
Yeah, big number 80, the tight end. He just had Duncan by the shirt and just tackled him. I don't know why you have to do that when you're that, you're that much bigger than him. But I was sitting here seeing. I was waiting for the official. I was about to yell, "Throw the flag! Throw the flag!" And it took him a while to dig it out, but he got it out and throwed it. So that's good. Better late than never.
So Huskies score at 5:58, but it doesn't look like it's going to stand. We're waiting for the official word to see where they're going to mark it, and it definitely is against personal foul. And that'll be from the spot of the infraction. So from the 20-yard line, that's going to move it back to about the 35 by the time the official puts the ball back down. Looks like
10-yard penalty.
Sorry, it is only 10. Looks like it's going to go to the 32.
So they gained a yard on the play, so we're about 2nd and 8 now, where we were about 2nd and 9. So,
well, Cowboys will take that. So rather than another score by the offensive power of the Huskies, this one comes back, and we're 2nd and looks like a long 7, short 8. Here with 5:48 left to play in the first half, Cowboys trail 18-8. Lincoln Nix, the quarterback, comes under center. Here comes the snap. Handoff to Kennedy. Kennedy up the middle. Kennedy showing wheels. Finds another seam. 5 and goal line, and that'll be touchdown. No flag on the play this time, and that'll be another 6 for the Huskies.
Got a little quick trap again. Gunnison's just getting there. We're falling for that. We're flying really hard on anything motion away or anything. We're going really hard the other way, and that just comes from experience and reading your keys, and it takes some time.
33 yards.
This time, Jenkin Phillips is going to line up as the kicker.
Looks like they're actually going to try and kick one here this time.
Junior kicker for the Huskies. Cowboys still shifting in the defensive side. Here comes the snap. It's down, kick is up, and that one looks like it's good, and it is. So they'll go ahead and take a 25-8 lead here with 5:29 here in the first half up here at the Mountaineer Bowl at Western Colorado University, where your Cowboy High School football team taking on their first game of the season up here on a beautiful Friday afternoon. Gang, thanks for joining us. When we come back, Cowboys will be receiving another kickoff. See if they can't get something done with it. You're tuned into 98.3 KEJJ, your home for Cowboy football.
Do you need a mortgage? The easiest way to go is head for Gunnison Savings and Loan. A GS&L professional can be your personal expert, whether you want to buy a new home or refinance your current home. Give GS&L a call, 641-2171 in Gunnison. And don't forget, Gunnison Savings and Loan has been serving the Gunnison country since 1911, serving you whenever you're ready.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Stadium, where the Cowboys taking on the Huskies out of Florence, Colorado. And as packed as a stand that you could have under these conditions, County gave a variance for 250 viewers. Coach Hinton, working with the county, as I talked to him the other night, said he gave around 80 tickets to the opposing team, which would be about 2 per player. Make sure that their parents could come if they wanted to, and then gave the rest, I believe it was, the allotment was 4 per player, and then a variety of other workers that are out here working it. So definitely can't call it a giant crowd, but it's as full as it can be with the 250 people here, including the band. High school band is out here, the cheerleaders. So it's got that football field, just not that normal complete Gunnison as they kick it off. This one's going to go to Williams, and it's going to go all the way out into the end zone. And that'll be a touchback. So Marchitelli and the Cowboy offense looking to get something started. They're going to start off at their own 30-yard line.
50 fans in the visitors section.
20-yard line in high school football. So they got 80 yards to go in about 5.5 minutes to try and get another score on the board. And, with Gunnison's athletes on the outside, they can do some stuff if we can just get that little bit of a seam for a running back or give Nico time to get rid of the football. So, they can score quickly with the style offense they run and the athletes they have on the edges.
Well, the time is the nemesis right now for Marchitelli. He's got the powerful arm. It's just having enough time to not only have enough time to throw the ball, but also allow your receivers to run their routes. Marchitelli in the shotgun. Braden Duncan, the single setback with him. Double split out to the right and the left. But Marchitelli finds a hole up the middle, tries to take it, runs up. He's going to get stopped, though, tripped up. Probably about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and they do have Sam Buchanan now. He's in at right guard. So that must have been where Maples was playing. So Sam's playing right guard now, and they'll run the backfield with Frias and Duncan and probably Reiser is what they've been doing, it looks like.
This time they're going to split out Hicks and Dickey out to the right-hand side. I can't see who else is with him. Williams is the sole on the left-hand side. Duncan in the back. Snap is low, picked up by Marchitelli, running back. Wisely gets rid of it. He finds Spencer Dickey in the flats as a gain of about 5 yards. That should be about a yard short, maybe 2 short of the first down marker. Good little escape plan by Marchitelli as he was under a lot of pressure, and it almost looked like upon original release he was just throwing the ball to get rid of it.
Yeah, good job by Nico. And good job of Dickey just turning around setting up in the dead spot of the zone right there.
Cowboys again with a single setback. Marchitelli puts, looks like Vincent in motion. That's going to draw somebody. I'm not sure if Cowboys went off sides or if Huskies
I think it was Florence.
jumped.
I think it was Florence jumping on that left side over there.
You're exactly right, and this is going to lead to a first down for the Cowboys. So chains will move. Cowboys still in their own territory at the 34-yard line, but back with a first down. 4:11 left to go here in the first half of Cowboy football. Score is 25-8. Unfortunately, not for the good guys today. Cowboys trail in that 25-8, but still on the offensive push here. Only score by the Cowboys, a long 60-yard run by Marchitelli. Marchitelli back, gets the pass. He's looking quick for a pass. This one's intercepted by Pacelli.
And he has a good stiff arm, and he's going to get thrown a 15-yard face mask penalty on that stiff arm, too. Personal foul, because he just grabbed the kid and threw him.
Yeah, Marchitelli not happy with himself, but you're absolutely right. That was a big stiff arm, and that flag didn't take long to come flying out of the referee's pocket, and that'll tack on a few extra yards and much needed. Tough turnover for the Cowboys with 3:45 left to go, trailing in this football game 25-8. And that'll bring the Cowboy defense out.
Yeah, Nico was trying to hit that little curl again in there, and Bassetti, he seen it coming, and he leaked out there and jumped that route from his inside linebacker spot. I'm sure Nico never even seen him when he threw the football.
Well, I think you could tell by Marchitelli's reaction on that one. Obviously not pleased with himself. And again, another tough turnover in your own zone nonetheless. It looks like the ball will probably end up at, I believe, the 35-yard line.
Oh, they only gave him a 5-yard penalty. They didn't call it a personal foul. They just did a 5-yard incidental face mask. Looked to me like he grasped it and threw the kid
threw him down.
So...
Well, referees didn't think that was the case, so Huskies with the ball, 1st and 10 on their inside Cowboy territory at about the 24-yard line, and this time it looks like it's going to be Lincoln Nix is going to take over at quarterback, single setback with him, puts a man in motion. Little rocket play there. Nix holds on to it, tries to find some running room. He's got it, gets about 8 yards on the play, out to the left side of the ball field there.
Yeah, that little, faking that jet sweep and then running a quarterback counter back over to the left side, it takes a lot of discipline for your linebackers to stay home. And with our, just our young guys, wanting to fly around and make a play, them counters, we've been susceptible to counters so far today quite regularly.
Well, and the size of the entire front line of the Huskies makes it a little difficult. Lincoln Nix does a great job of being able to hide that ball behind him.
No, you're right. Really good fakes, really good misdirection in the way they got that designed.
So double split behind him. Nix comes under center. This time he's going to hand off again to Kennedy. Kennedy's going to try to find the outside, and that one's going to be just short of a touchdown as he gains about 15 on the run. Kennedy finally hauled out by the Cowboys, and it looks like they're going to mark it at about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, just an off-tackle power play.
So 1st and goal with 2:48 left to go. Huskies with a commanding 25-8 lead over your Cowboys. 1 more yard. Going to make it another 6 points. See if the Cowboys can't toughen up right here at 1st and goal. Actually, it looks like it's more like 1st and 2. And this time it's going to be walked in by Nuss. Nuss grabs the handoff and just kind of finds that quick outside. And just like that, 31-8 with 2:44 left to go here in the first half.
And Gunnison looks like we're kind of hanging our heads a little bit and stuff right now at halftime. that interception was that's tough to do, but it happens. You got to turn around and make a play and help your quarterback out.
Last year's MVP kicker for 1A football comes out to kick the extra point. That's Jenkins Phillips. Here comes the snap. The ball is down. Jenkins gets it up, and it looks like that one's through as well, and that'll bring it to 32. So 32-8. With just under 3 minutes left to go here in the first half, we're going to send it back, and when we come back, Cowboys will be back to receiving the ball, see if they can't get another one just before halftime. You're tuned into 98.3 KEJJ Cowboy Network.
Chuck Hawes here with Western Slope Connection. We'd like to thank all of our customers for 15 years of business. It's been a pleasure serving you all. Swing down to the shop located on the west end of town by the car wash. We'll help you with your metal needs. We also weld up parts and pieces. We carry a good supply of welding goods as well. If you have that little something to get you ready for next summer, come see us between January and March. That's the best time for those projects to get done. At Western Slope Connection, we can weld your crack. 641-5171.
2020 and the first football game of the season for the Cowboys as some of the protocols are being lifted and kids out being able to play their sports again. Great to see, but Cowboys with a 32-8 deficit here and trailing with just under 3 minutes left to go here in the first half against the Florence Husky football program. Huskies getting ready to kick it off as Jenkins Phillips, who just kicked the extra point, getting ready to kick off from his own 40-yard line. This one's going to be a deep kick back. This one's going to go to Williams on the right side. Solonic steps in front of him, starts setting some blocks. Williams uses that, tries to find the seam set, but doesn't get too much farther than that at the 21.
Really good coverage that time by Florence. Good high kick, allows your coverage team to get down there. And, caught the ball on about the 2 or 3, and they kept us at the 20-yard line. That's pretty good kick coverage right there.
And that's where the Cowboys will get started with 1st and 10. Marchitelli coming in with the rest of his team. And with still 2:38 left to go, Cowboys have a bit of a fighting opportunity to at least get another point on the board. On a beautiful Friday afternoon, gang, kickoff temperature was 72 degrees, partly cloudy, mostly sunny. For the most part, feels good when the cloud comes over. It's almost a little too hot out here for football, at least for the month of October. You'd think it'd be a little bit chillier.
I know, it's hot where we are.
It's that thermal solar gain through these windows. Marchitelli back with single setback, running trips to the left-hand side. Low snap. Marchitelli picks it up, uses some blockers, cuts back across the other side of the field. He's going to gain about 7 or 8, and he should be pulled down around the 30-yard line.
Really good read there by Nico. They were running that quarterback sweep again, and Florence was flying, and Nico seen a cutback lane early and cut back against the grain and picked up 7 or 8 yards. Really good vision right there by Nico, and good job up front by the Cowboys.
2nd and 2 left to go here on the 29-yard line. Cowboys still in their own territory, looking to penetrate out. 2:05 left to go here in this first half. Cowboys would love to put something, at least something, on the board right here. Marchitelli back with Duncan as the single setback. Double splits to the left and right. In motion with Gunnison. Hands it off to Duncan. Duncan gets stopped before he even gets back to the line of scrimmage by about 3 different Huskies. Read like a book.
Yeah, he didn't have much of a chance there. Lost to 2 or 3, and good thing he just held on to the football there, because as soon as he got the ball, he had a whole host of Huskies right in his lap.
Cowboys not a whole lot of success with the runs other than the quarterback keep, whether it's a sweep or a gut, but it's been the only success Cowboys have had on the foot. I imagine you're still going to see. We had a little bit of word that was going to be the Cowboys' MO. It was going to be a lot of passing, and so far that's been true, other than a couple of good runs by Marchitelli. But Huskies doing a good job of containing the Cowboys' run game. Cowboys going to set up at about the same with Duncan as a single setback. Marchitelli out of the shotgun. He rolls right, passes over to, and that one's just dropped. It looks like that one was still looking for a number.
I think it's Hicks, isn't it?
It was Hicks, number 6, and it hit him right in the chest out there. Both Dickey and Hicks. Dickey was a little farther downfield. Hicks was right there. Hit him right in the number, and it almost looked like we call it in baseball, just took off before he had the ball. Tried to throw it to first base, but he didn't even have it yet.
Yeah, and he had good first down yardage. You know, he was going to get the first down there, and that's pretty important. Well, I guess there's only about 57 seconds left, so, you really don't want to turn the ball back over and let them have another shot on offense.
No, but it's possible right here at 4th and 5 now after that loss, and this is going to be a quick kick. Huskies read it pretty good as they pulled back and allowed the Cowboys to go touch it. The Cowboys probably should let some time go off, but they don't. Touch the ball. 47 seconds left to go in the first half.
Yeah, Nico got a good bounce, good roll on that kick, and, it'd be interesting to see what Florence, they haven't tried to throw the ball much. They hit the tight end on that little pop pass a couple times, and,
quick slants have been it.
See if they try and get one deep here before the half, because I don't imagine, unless Gunnison does something different here, they'll play their starters much of the second half. They might try and take a shot throwing the ball, kind of work on stuff right here before the end of the first half.
Well, we'll see. Cowboys get their defensive team out there, making a few extra shifts at the last second here as Peyton Frias comes off the field.
Yeah, and we got Reiser back in at inside linebacker. I'm not sure how big Michael is, but he looks big out there. A little shuttle pass.
And Nix gets hammered after handing the ball off to, it looked like that was going to be Bassetti again.
Really nice play by Sam Buchanan, reading that off the bat. He didn't make the tackle, but he got him slowed down, and then Williams and Maples came in and cleaned it up for him. So pretty good read there by the Cowboys to shut that play down right there.
Looks like Maples is okay.
Yeah, and Maples is back in the game, so that's a good sign, really good sign.
Nix brings his team to the line. He's going to come under center. He's got a pair behind him and a pair out to the left. Nobody to the right. This time looks back to pass, but he's going to hand it off to number 41, Kennedy. Kennedy, who's been a force against this Cowboy defense this whole time, gets tripped up immediately. Maybe a gain of about 0.
Another good read by Sam Buchanan. That was a little sprint draw action right there, and Sam stayed home and read it and came up and tackled Kennedy one-on-one in the hole, which isn't easy to do. Kennedy's pretty elusive, pretty quick-footed kid, and Sam made a really nice play right there.
Well, and Cowboys end it right there as the clock kicks down on that last running play. Cowboys going to head to the locker room to try to see if they can't do a little reset for the second half here. Huskies over your Cowboys 32-8. We'll take about a 10-15 minute break or so. When we come back, Cowboys will be kicking off to the Huskies, so giving the ball right back once again.
Hang on just a second.
Oh, here we go. Hart's got a little idea here.
In 1997, when we started these broadcasts, do you remember who the talent was that sat in your seats? Mickelson and Nordberg.
I was going to say Nordberg had to have been one of them.
Do you know today is Scott Nordberg's birthday?
Oh, wow. Happy birthday.
So I know he's listening, cussing. And but happy birthday, Scott.
Yep, Scott, happy birthday. Appreciate it. Well, thanks for being with us, gang. When we come back, it'll be the second half of Cowboy football. Currently, Cowboys trail with a score of 36-8.
32. Don't give them more.
32-8.
Don't give them any more than they got.
You know how it is in these games. 32-8, Cowboys trail. When we come back, it'll be the second half of this football game. You're tuned in to 98.3 KEJJ. You're home for Cowboy football.
Hey, Buff's Collision is here locally and ready when you have an accident. Prompt, courteous body repairs, frame straightening, and perfect paint matching for any vehicle. And modern aluminum bodywork is everyday stuff. Buff's Collision can handle those deer collisions, too. Free estimates, Buff's Collision, 601 South 10th Street. Give them a call at 641-2727 or go to buffscollision.com. Hey, did you know Western Lumber is locally owned, family operated, and here in Gunnison?
with cheese made with 100% fresh beef. How about an Egg McMuffin or some Chicken McNuggets? Thirsty? Come by and enjoy a $1 any size soft drink. McDonald's is open and ready to serve you tasty food and drinks right in the comfort and safety of your car. Come on over. We'd love to see you. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Hey, head for the Wet Grocer, your thirst quencher headquarters in town for 30 years. And the Wet Grocer is the winner of the People's Choice Award for the last 3 years, with the most experienced staff in town. Great customer service, the trademark of the Wet Grocer, with those special orders coming in quick. And it's easy in and easy out with 2 huge parking lots. Boats and RVs are
rising to new challenges. For the ones rebuilding stronger than before, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry.
Lethal in the wrong hands. Our hands. You may be finished with
some cold tomorrow finds you, when some sad old dream reminds you how the endless road unwinds you. While you see a chance, take it. From romance, break it, because it's all on you. Don't you know by now, no one gives you anything? Don't you wonder how you keep on moving? One more day, your way, oh, your way. When there's no one left to leave you, even you don't quite believe you, that's when nothing can deceive you. While you see a chance, take it. Find romance, break it, because it's all on you. Stand up in a clear blue moment until you see what can be alone in a cold day, don't it? Are you still free? Can you be? And that old gray wind is blowing, and there's nothing left worth knowing, and it's time you should be going. When you see a chance, take it. Find romance, break it, because it's all on you. While you see a chance, take it. Find romance. While you see a chance, take it. Find romance. While you see a chance, take it. Find romance.
Welcome back, everybody, to Mountaineer Field, where Cowboy football is getting started for the first time of the year. We're starting the second half. Cowboys unfortunately trail 32-8, but it's been an entertaining game with a lot of things Cowboys could build on. Hopefully Coach Hinton and the rest of his coaching staff able to get underneath the Cowboys here and light a little bit of a fire. We've seen some good things. I got a feeling the Cowboys going to see a little bit of a different team from these Huskies, as a 32-8 lead and fairly commanding. I think they've scored on every offensive opportunity that they've had. I imagine you're going to start to see some of those backup players enter in and level the playing field a little bit, because right now Cowboys being flat out outplayed by the Huskies, who currently hold the lead 32-8. What do you think, Lenny, the overall change that we're going to see in the second half from these Cowboys?
Well, one of the big things right here, right now, as a coaching staff, I'm sure they're just, let's get better. You know what I mean? Let's get better. And one of your other top priorities right now is don't get anybody hurt. You know, you got to be really careful here what you do, because, you know, this is a non-league game, and you knew it was going to be a tough one coming in. But, you know, right now they're talking about, okay, how can we get better? What do we need to do on defense and offense to correct some mistakes? And like I said, sometimes you're just a little bit outmanned, and you know, you accept that, but there's still ways they can improve. You know, Gunnison missed 3 or 4 opportunities where they could have capitalized on big plays, and a couple of the big touchdown runs Florence had, Gunnison just missed tackles. You know, I don't care what level you're at. If you miss tackles, they're going to go to the end zone on you.
Well, here the Cowboys get started. See if they can't produce something to Sanchez. Puts one high and deep back to the 10-yard line before the Huskies take over. He's going to come back out. He's fighting that green grass, and he's going to pull it out over the 30. And that'll be returned all the way out, so Huskies will take over in their own zone at around the 33-yard line with 1st and 10 here in the second half. We talked about the schedule and this being a non-league game. Definitely a little bit of a different year as they don't have as much time to start off. They're going to have 5 league games that they'll play. Next one's going to be next Friday at 6 p.m. on Friday night. It's a away game against Meeker, followed by Cedar Ridge the following Friday night, and that one will be a home game.
Long track to Meeker. They're at Pilkington Field in Meeker, Colorado.
220 miles.
220 miles and a lifetime away.
Coming out of the shotgun, and Nix is going to find number 5. That's Josh Martinez all the way down for a long bomb. Williams was on the coverage, but let Martinez get about 5 steps behind him. And Nix made a great throw all the way in, and that's going to be about a 60-yard gain to the just shy of the 20-yard lines. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 22. So 1st and 10, good out of the gate play by the Huskies, putting it right to the Cowboys.
And that's a good time to call. I'm sure the Florence coaching staff was kind of the same way. We haven't had to throw the ball deep. Let's see what we can do. Let's work on some of that stuff right now also. They punch it in here. You probably won't see this first unit offense much longer for Florence.
Well, Nix is already the backup quarterback. This time he takes the snap under center. He's going to throw out to the flats, and that's going to be caught for about a 5-yard gain by the Huskies. Finally stopped, it looked like, by outside linebacker Braden Duncan.
No, that was your son on the tackle, Solonic.
Well, assisted with Duncan, so Solonic on the tackle. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Huskies as they're slowly chiseling away at this Cowboy defense here with 10:52 left to go here in the third quarter.
And they're working on their passing game here. I mean, you can tell this is something they want to look at and see what happens right now.
Well, they're going to move trips out to the weak side of the play. Single split out to the right-hand side. Nix is back. He's going to flare it out and way overthrows Bassetti.
Cover it up. Oh, yeah, I like to see kids go and dive on that ball and pick it up. You never know if that's a forward or backward pass. Go cover that ball up and make the official make the decision for you. Don't sit there and wait for him to do it. That's always a live ball, I was always thinking. And I seen Bob Howard, he's coaching Williams up right now, telling him the same exact thing.
Well, and you saw that from both sides. Neither offense or defense went after that ball.
No, and maybe from our angle we couldn't see it was forward, but it was iffy right there. A little cross-butt counter again.
3rd and 5, handoff to Kennedy. Kennedy's going to take it up. Should be close, if not a first down. Depending on the mark, looks like that will be a first down.
Look like Frias and
chains are moving, so that
Frias
was
and a host of other Cowboys in on that tackle, but Peyton Frias was the first one there, and that's about as good as they've played that little counter all game. Held him to about a 4 or 5 yard gain. That play's been pretty successful for Florence all day. That little counter action,
and was at that time for the first down that they needed. So ball on about the 12, 14 yard line. And this time Nick's under center. He's just going to hold on to it. Hicks has him tied up. He's going to finally haul him down. Vincent that was on the tackle. Good read by Vincent, but just couldn't muscle him down as Nix was able to get a couple extra steps as he was stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And Florence is running all these different looking plays, but that was just a quarterback trap right there. He just stepped back, faked it, and let that guard pull around and trap the first man past the center, and it's just different ball carriers with the same plays. They're not running a whole lot of different stuff. They're just letting different ball carriers take it. But up front, they're only running about 3 or 4 different plays.
Well, that'll bring up 2nd and 5, but we've got an injury on the play. So with 9:22 left to go, score 32 Huskies, 8 Cowboys. And it's a Husky down on the field. Cowboys come over and regroup with Coach Hinton there. So, yeah, taking a look at the Cowboys schedule. We'll keep you right here through the injuries. He looks like he's going to get off here pretty quick. But next Friday night, Meeker is an away game. We come back to another away game. I apologize. I said earlier that Cedar Ridge was home, but it's another away game. So 2 away games in a row. before we come back home on the 31st, Halloween, 1 p.m. right here at the Western Bowl here at Colorado University, and that'll be against Paonia. So in 3 weeks, back to some home football, and then Hotchkiss, an away game there, and then we're home again on the 14th of November against Olathe.
So we got about a 2nd and 5 here from about 8 or 9 yard, about the 7 yard line, I'd say.
Yeah, inside that 10-yard line, 2nd and 5. And it looks like Nick's getting a little bit of help buckling his helmet from one of his running backs. They're going to stand back, split 2 out to the right, single to the left. Pair behind him. Takes a long time under center for the count. Finally comes the snack. A couple quick handoffs. Again, another count. And this one's held up heavily by, it looked like, number 58.
Ty Terramarcus was in on there, and then Braden Duncan come in and help clean up along with Peyton Frias. Really good job of Ty Terramarcus that time, beating that trap, that counter play, and defeating the block and getting good penetration in there. Really good job there by Ty that time.
Well, and like you said, it looked like there was a little bit of a slowdown. The linebackers were taking a little bit more of a jump and not letting the play unfold in that time. So you can see the development that you talked about, that halftime conversation probably allowed for.
No, and that's important. You know, learning right now is young. You know, we got Sam Buchanan and Peyton Frias in at inside linebackers, and this is their first varsity football game of their lives as a junior and a sophomore.
Lincoln Nix under center, pair
Bootleg.
of handoffs. He's going to roll right, looking to throw, tucks it under, now's running on his foot, gets back to the line of scrimmage before thrown out of bounds by number 55, Sam Buchanan.
Bootleg play, Braden Duncan came up there from his corner or outside linebacker spot and forced the action. And I always like to see that from a linebacker. You know, don't get caught in between. Do I stay back or come up? If you're going to do one, do it. You know, if you're going to come. And I'm not sure how he's got him playing that this week, but he came and made him pull it down and made him commit to do something, and then the troops came and rallied to make the tackle.
And we're going to get a timeout from the Huskies. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout with them as your Cowboys trail 32-8 here with 8:26 left to go here in the third quarter. You're tuned in to 98.3 KEJJ Cowboy Sports Network.
Chuck Hawes here with Western Slope Connection. We'd like to thank all of our customers for 15 years of business. It's been a pleasure serving you all. Swing down to the shop located on the west end of town by the car wash. We'll help you with your metal needs. We also weld up parts and pieces. We carry a good supply of welding goods as well. If you have that little something to get you ready for next summer, come see us between January and March. That's the best time for those projects to get done. At Western Slope Connection, we can weld your crack. 641-5171.
Welcome back to the Mountaineer Bowl and Cowboy High School football. As a little bit of a shift, no games being played, at least at this point in time, under the lights. The county gave a little bit of a variance for fans to come in, but couldn't be controlled at Cowboy Field, so we're forced to come up inside the fence of the bowl, a beautiful place to watch a game. As Cowboys get, for those of you that didn't get a ticket, thanks for listening in. I'm John Solonic along with Lanny Percival.
Big down right here for the Cowboys. Probably one of the first fourth downs they've had, if they can shut them down right here. Bootleg back to this side, John.
As Nix goes to his offside, Cowboys in pursuit, looking to stop the first down, but can't get him. It looks like that could be close to a touchdown. No, they say his foot went out of bounds about a foot before the post.
But he did get the first down, I'm afraid, so. Oh, there's a flag down right there in the middle of the field. Hopefully we got a holding call.
That's the case. I was hesitant to say let's celebrate small victories when we did get them to that fourth down, hoping that it might be the case. If the Cowboys can stop them, it'll be the first time able in this game with 8:15 left to go here in the third quarter. And it looks like the ball mark is going to...
I'm not sure. We haven't seen a signal from the head official yet what the call is or anything, and he's going over to talk to Florence's coach. Not sure why he gets privileged treatment, before we even know what the call is.
So as they unfold that, Cowboys discuss a little strategies. It looks like it may stay fourth down, prepared if it is a first down. If it is a first down, it's 4 tries to get only a yard. Hopefully that won't be the case.
Yeah, you know where the flag is. It's there in the vicinity of illegal man downfield or a holding right there or something. Now he's coming over and talking to the Gunnison coaching staff. So I'm not real sure what. This can't be that complicated.
No. Well, while we're waiting for an official ruling here, just a heads up, everybody, it's been a while, but it's back on. And when football's back on at the varsity level, so is the broadcasting team. 98.3 KEJJ will be bringing you all of Gunnison football games on every Friday or Saturday, depending on the game that they're played. So if you can't get tickets or you can't make the travel, certainly tuned in to 98.3 KEJJ, your home for high school football, and we'll keep you entertained, hopefully tell you a good story. And it does look like this one's going to go against in a pretty big pin.
Targeting call. And now I don't know what the high school rule is on that. Like college football, you get called for targeting, you have to miss the rest of the game. And I'm not exactly sure what the high school rule is. So
How about giving us a definition of targeting?
A blow to the head to a defenseless player, on purpose, leading with your head and hitting, making contact above the shoulder area, the head and neck area of your opponent.
Well, fans certainly appreciate that, and that's obviously taken very seriously at not only the pro level, but all the way down to these younger levels just the same, and I think that's been the message sent, and they sent a pretty good one. This one's going to be 4th and about 25 now.
Yeah, and that was probably on that bootleg. One of the linemen probably peeled back and got somebody coming from the backside. 30 years ago, that was the block you jumped up and down and screamed and hollered and got excited about. And now it's illegal, you know what I mean? And probably rightfully so. 17 went off the game. We'll look to see if he comes back in.
Nix comes back out with an option. Looks like an option pass, and he's going to try. Doesn't have enough arm. That's going to fall way short. And way short of a first down opportunity for the Cowboys. Good defensive play, and that's going to be, now we can say celebrate small victories. That's the first time they've been able to stop.
Really good play by Braden Duncan again. They ran an option pass, and he pitched it back to the running back, and you could tell he was going to throw it. And Braden seen he was going to throw it too, and he came right in there and got in his grill before he could get rid of the football and made him throw it about 10 yards short. Braden's been playing a good game out there on that outside.
Usually does, as the Cowboys taking over at their own 22-yard line. Spotted 1st and 10 with 8:09 left to go. Cowboys still have a lot of work to go here in the third quarter as they trail 32-8. And Nico Marchitelli brings his squad out as Vincent comes off the field.
I see Sam Buchanan's over here on the sidelines right now getting tended to. Hopefully they can get him up and get him back in the game as soon as they can, because he's just, he's one of their key components that they need in there.
Marchitelli with a single setback with him. He's going to take it from the shotgun position. Breaks one tackle as he's forced to hold on. There's another one. He's still on his feet. Now he's got room. He's got a first down and more. He's out over almost to midfield before finally confronted and pushed out of bounds before he does get to midfield. Looks like they'll probably spot it at around the 46-yard line to where they say that he went out of bounds. And a late flag on the play.
Yeah, and that was all Nico right there. I hope one of the Cowboys didn't say something.
Usually that flag means somebody was running their mouth.
Yeah, that's going to be an unsportsmanlike or something, because I didn't see a late hit, so that's going to be an unsportsmanlike or something on one of the sides. I'm not sure which side. We'll see which one starts backing up first.
22-yard run.
22-yard run. So that must have been on the Cowboys, because the Cowboys are backing up. So
they are. We'll see where this will go. If it's not on the Cowboys, it's a good first down and execution of a great play.
Oh, no, it's on Florence. Oh. Well,
looks like it's going to offset a little bit here.
Well, no, he marched it against the Huskies, but they're taking it back on Gunnison, so I'm not real sure what they're doing. This official, I'll just keep quiet. I don't need to be talking about the officials.
Well, it's odd because you're right. They took the ball and just signaled that it was against the Huskies, but now bringing the ball back, looks like the head referee's giving them a little bit of direction here. It looks like this is going to come back to
it's going to be about a 2nd and 1. Probably first down still. They still gave him a first down, so it's 1st and 10.
Usually in the College Bowl here when we play, we get a little luxury of having the referees mic'd up so that we can hear them, and you get them broadcasted over the loudspeaker. Not the case today, so tough to hear. Either way, 7:56, so inside of 8 minutes here in the third quarter. Cowboys with a little bit of momentum after that play. The distance got taken away from them, so they're going to go back to around the 30, looks like the 32-yard line. But still, like Lanny just said, 1st and 10.
And that's one of the things you got to clean up. You just took 15 yards away from yourself right there in a game where you need every yard you can get.
Marchitelli coming out of the shotgun. He's got a double split out to the right-hand side. He's going to hold on the ball, try to get it punched up the middle. He might get about a yard out of that with a little help from some of his teammates pushing him forward. Take advantage of that, but not too much there. Looked like that was the intent of the play. Usually you see Marchitelli do that on a botched play.
Yeah, it's just a quarterback off tackle power right there.
That'll bring up 2nd and 7, maybe 2nd and 8. Marked right there at about the 35-yard line. Cowboys taking their time coming up as the Huskies get set. Huskies with a 32-8 lead here in the 3rd quarter. Marchitelli, single set back, and Duncan back there with him. Double split out to the right side, a single set out to the right or to the left. Going to move Peyton Frias in motion as he's back to pass. Quick slant right over to Hicks. Hicks gets hard but holds onto the ball at around the 39-yard line.
Vincent caught that ball, number 5.
That was Vincent.
Yep.
Thank you.
And he took a lick when he held on to the football.
He got met immediately.
And I think we're going to see a little bit more of that quick passing game, little curls and hitches and stuff, and get the ball out of Nico's hands in a hurry. He's taken a lot of hits today already because he's ran the ball a lot. And they're probably thinking maybe we need to get the ball out of his hands a little more and run some quick hitches and slants and stuff like that, and keep him healthy here going into the first league game next week.
Well, like you said, utilizing this non-league game as that kind of practice, that warm-up, that get the nerves going and starting to figure out that you can do it. Marchitelli comes back to the line, stays in the shotgun. He's got a pair split out to the left, moves Frias in motion to the quick side. He's going to roll to the left-hand side. He's looking to throw, takes the short throw in Vincent. Vincent gets pulled out, but after a first down, so Cowboys a little momentum. That ball's going to be spotted at about the 45-yard line and still can't break into Husky territory, still in their own territory there, but moving the chains, and that's exactly, again, we talk about the celebrate small victories or look at your successes because right there, another first down. Cowboys in the first half struggled to get them, and now we've got 2 in a row.
Really nice play. They cleared that zone out with a couple deeper routes and then ran Vincent. Looked like he had man-to-man coverage underneath, and it's just tough to cover a guy on a crossing pattern from the other side of the field underneath. Really good design play, and that's going to be their bread and butter for a lot of the year right there.
Marchitelli back in the shotgun again with Duncan as a single setback, double splits out to the left, and Dickey and Williams. He's got Dickey wide open, and there's Dickey with the catch, and that's going to be about a 30-yard gain as he gets hauled down right after he catches it and into the 30-yard line. We talked about him being short of Husky territory, and no longer as they just pounced right in there. Great read and throw by Nico Marchitelli.
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard me there, John. I said get rid of it. They left a guy unblocked on the backside on that little half rollout over here. And, just as soon as Nico hit it, that guy had number 4 in his sights right in his face mask and hit him. But, I'm sure Nico heard footsteps coming, and he made a heck of a throw right there.
Well, and that's the poise of the senior quarterback, Nico Marchitelli, as the 3rd first down in a row for the Cowboys.
26 yards.
And 26-yard play, Marchitelli to Dickey. Marchitelli back with Braden Duncan as the single setback. Trips out to the right-hand side, single to the left. Going to move to the left, throw to the left, but incomplete, intended for Tate Hicks. And there's going to be another flag on the play, and I got that feeling that's going to be the same unsportsmanlike flag that we saw out of Marchitelli earlier, and I don't know if this is what Hicks said to him or what he said to Hicks, but those were the only 2 in the vicinity. It was number 5.
It's going to be a late hit on number
Martinez.
5. Hicks never even made an attempt to catch the ball, and number 5 hit him well after the ball was by him. It's going to be a 15-yarder on number 5 for Josh Martinez. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty on Florence right there. Just unnecessary right there. The ball wasn't even close, and he didn't hit him hard, but he still hit him, and they're going to watch that stuff in high school football. They watch it in college and NFL.
Well, the flag came really late, like even after the late hit.
Yep. I think some of these guys put it way down there. It takes a while to dig it out of their pocket. There haven't been a ton of flags. In the first half, there wasn't a lot of flags, Oh, heck, they're calling against...
They are calling it
Call that
against.
Gunnison.
Did we get a
Huh. Boy, that's weird. He must.
any info on what it was?
No.
Hicks must have said something. They called unsportsmanlike.
So with 4:47 left to go here in the third quarter, Cowboys trail 32-8 and having a hard time staying disciplined. With this is the second unsportsmanlike penalty that's hit them, and now this is going to be second down in what appears to be about 25.
You know, I know you don't want to say anything, Ronnie, but that was ridiculous.
Yeah, he didn't even turn around. And even the late hit, I thought that was going to. If they were going to call that, I thought that was going to be a little bit of a stretch. But
Right.
they just, you just never know. Them guys in striped shirts look at stuff differently.
Getting started again, Marchitelli from the shotgun position. He's going to roll to the left, holds onto the ball. He's going to take a sack, and that's going to knock him back another 10 yards, and now back into his own territory. So Cowboys inside their own 30-yard line, now dropped all the way back inside their own territory. Looks like that ball is going to be marked at about the 48-yard line.
Yeah, them plays like that with the protection we're getting right now are just taking so long to develop. A lot where they hit them couple quick hitches and stuff like that, where you could get rid of the ball earlier. These plays where they're running downfield 20, 25 yards are just taking too long to develop. And Nico, we're just not getting the protection for that kind of play right now.
Well, absolutely. The downfall there is now it's third down and 1,000,000, and there's the time on the clock has just sat here and wound all the way back down with the time that took to set that back up inside of 3.5 minutes now.
Yep, third down in the country mile now.
Cowboys going to have to get a little bit more discipline, a little bit more poised, and I guess that's what the first game's all about. Nico Marchitelli from the shotgun position. Again, single setback with Duncan. Double split out to the right. Marchitelli rolls, righty throws, righty finds Solonic for a gain of about probably 7, but that's not going to put a big enough of a dent in that giant necessity in the country mile that you heard Lanny talking about, which it was. I don't even know what they originally had it marked. It looked like 3rd and 32 is what the official mark was. And this one's going to stay at probably about 4th and about 25, so I'm sure you'll see the punting unit come out for the Cowboys, trying to get that ball in deep and try to stop this Husky offensive approach. Cowboys had a good little option right there moving through, just couldn't stay that disciplined. And
Yeah,
unfortunately for them,
you just keep stubbing your own toe, and that comes back to bite you when you're making mistakes that has nothing to do with ability or anything else. It's just it's mental right there. Making them mistakes are what drives you crazy. And I'm sure he's going to punt that quick kick again. Florence has nobody back, and he's a little deeper in the shotgun than normal, so I look for him to kick this one. Oh, and he's not going to.
He's coming out. He rolls to the left. He's going to lay one up deep. He's got wide open. Dickey at the first down marker can't hold on to it. Good play by the Cowboys. Unfortunately, that was a little bit. Dickey had to roll, and he was looking over his left shoulder, had to turn around to look over his right shoulder, and that was the one little glitch that led to the incomplete pass. Cowboys going to turn over on downs.
Pretty good ball there by Nico. And I guess, going for it here, you're down 32-8. What do you got to lose? And I get that, and they had a chance right there. They've had them chances. And they'll get better at them when they get them chances.
So with 2:01 left to go, Cowboys turn over the ball on downs. And Nix will come up under center in a tight format with his team. He's going to get immediate pressure, but breaks it both as he's going to get about 5 yards on the run as Nix just holds on to it. He's going to bring it just across midfield at about the 51. First tackle in. I didn't see exactly who it was in. A good penetration by the Cowboys. Just couldn't get enough wrap-up on Nix. And Lincoln Nix.
7 finish it off.
That's Braden Duncan coming out of the linebacker position. It looked like that might have been Bogdan Maples.
Yeah, I think you're right there. He got the penetration on the snap of the ball.
And here comes Nix bringing his team back in. He's got one split to the left, 2 to the right, pair behind him. And it's going to be a handoff straight up the middle. That's going to be to number 41. That's Jacob Kennedy. Kennedy's been seeing a lot of ball time this whole game as well. So Huskies didn't switch a whole lot of the varsity
Not yet.
with this lead they have, but
They
we're
didn't-
still in the third.
They didn't like the way that first drive ended where they didn't get in the end zone, so they're trying to get, and I get that, they want to clean it up. And here they ran Kennedy on that dive. Usually it's been number 6 running that quick dive and then using Kennedy as the option man. But here they kind of switched it up that time.
Cannon on the tackle.
Nix is going to come in under center. He comes back. He hands it off. It looks like to Bassetti. Bassetti, as usual, makes some ground. Nobody can wrap him down. He's at the 25, the 20. He's still on his feet, still looking to be wrapped up. There's 3 Cowboys on him. Finally, it takes about 5 Cowboys to bring him down. And Bassetti, Owen Bassetti, 6 foot, 218 pounds, carries the backpack of the team and took about 5 Cowboys with him before he was able to be drugged to the ground.
Buchanan and Williams got him finally to the ground down there. And that was just that triple, that counter play again. They just, that's their bread and butter.
It's been textbook.
They got linemen that can pull, and one can kick out, and the other one get up in the hole. And Bichetti doesn't rush that play. He lets it develop in front of him, and then he's got the speed and the size to accelerate through the hole there.
He sure did, and he took full advantage of that. Nix brings his team back to the line. He's got wide trips to the left, a single to the right with only a single setback. This time out of the shotgun. Nix is going to hold on to it. He comes up the middle, little quarterback draw. He's finally brought down
by Buchanan.
It looked like Buchanan again. Buchanan in on a variety of these plays since he's put on that number 55 jersey, and that'll be another first down for the Huskies, and that'll be first and goal. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, just a quarterback trap again right there in the end of the third quarter. So the Cowboys, made some improvement. They didn't allow any score in the third quarter, so that that has to be a plus for Coach Howard and his defense. They're threatening now, but maybe we can get a break and get another penalty like we did last time and help us out.
Well, speaking of break, we're going to take one right here. You're tuned in to 98.3 KEJJ. You're home for Cowboy football.
Hey, Buff's Collision is here locally and ready when you have an accident. Prompt, courteous body repairs, frame straightening, and perfect paint matching for any vehicle. And modern aluminum bodywork is everyday stuff. Buff's Collision can handle those deer collisions, too. Free estimates, Buff's Collision, 601 South 10th Street. Give them a call at 641-2727 or go to buffscollision.com.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Bowl, your Cowboy High School football team.
It looks like you lost another one.
Opportunity from the 6-yard line. Start off the fourth quarter here. Nix is going to come out with a single setback and Bassetti behind him out of the shotgun. This one's going to be a handoff to Bassetti. Nix is actually going to hold on to it, and that one's going to be well read
Fumbled
by the Cowboys.
Sam Buchanan knocked the ball loose. It looks like the Cowboys picked it up.
Cowboys
John.
are claiming they have it, and referee on the line says so. So line judge points first down. And great little turnover by the Cowboys in a first and goal situation against them. And that's a feather in the cap for the defensive squad.
Yeah, just that read play where the quarterback reads the defensive end and either gives it or pulls it. And Sam made a good read and got out there and stripped the ball from the quarterback at about the line of scrimmage. And I'm not sure who recovered it. I couldn't see that. Number 5, again, there you got Vincent. And he's been in on a lot of plays. He's been around the football a lot today on the defensive side and made some catches on the offensive side. He's had a good game.
Absolutely. Good news, bad news for the Cowboys is it's 1st and 10 for them. Bad news is they're all the way down, pinned in their own zone at their own 6-yard line. See if they can't get something out. I would imagine you're going to see a couple of quick flat passes in some way to try to spread this out. They're going to move Dickey and Williams out on the left-hand side, double them up. Single out on the right with a single setback behind him. Marchitelli's got Frias with him now. Coming out of the shotgun at his own goal line, and this time Marchitelli's going to hold on to it. He's going to try to just punch it up a little bit, and he does. He gets a few yards out of that.
Yeah, quarterback draw. Looks like he gained, long 3 maybe on that. And, it's always a scary proposition to throw the ball down there on this end, especially with the way our protection's been.
For sure, the contemplation or the challenge there is the fact that the running game has been completely shut down by the Huskies all game. So the question of what do you do, I guess, is the million-dollar question here if you're Coach Hinton as far as just trying to get that ball out into some relaxing and breathable area. Cowboys going to come back out, double split wide to the weak side, single setback, back with Marchitelli. He's going to put Frias in motion. He's going to roll to the left. Marchitelli tucks the ball. Looks like he's wanting to hold on to it. He does, but he gets mixed up by a variety of Huskies. Gets cut back both directions, and I don't think that's going to be a gain of much.
No, about tackled at the line of scrimmage there. And there he tried his little cut back against the grain, and their inside linebacker stayed home and made the play on that one. He didn't over pursue and allow that cutback lane to happen for him.
So this will be 3rd and about 6 yards. Pretty important 3rd down right here, because even if you're kicking out of this area, you're still given good field position. A 1st down for the Cowboys would be good as they're pinned in their own zone on around the 9-yard line. 3rd down and 6 for a 1st down. Score still 32-8 with 10:17 left to go here in the second half.
I look for him to roll Nico out to his right side a little bit so he's throwing with himself.
Quick pass back to the left, and Williams holds on to it but gets hit right away.
I think he got the first down. No, I think he got it. I think he needed 7 and he got about 8.
We'll see. It looks like they're holding up the chain crew. Now they're moving them. You're absolutely right. 1st down, Cowboys. And that's like we talked about. That was a big 3rd down. Now you're back into some breathable areas. Ball's marked at about the 18-yard line. So Cowboys pinned in their own zone. Last play Marchitelli made was from his own goal line, and now he's got a little bit of workable room.
And that's where Nico's arm strength helps you out again, because them outs out there, if they're going to give you cushion, he can get that ball out there pretty quick, and they makes him have to make a one-on-one tackle, and that's hard to do for less than 5, 6, 7 yards.
Double split wide to the right, single setback's going to move one of the wides in motion. Spencer Dickey comes across. Marchitelli takes quick action, fires out to number 4, it looked like. To number 9. That was Hicks. Hicks couldn't get it into his hands. Ball was just a little bit high and hot. Went right through. And that'll be...
And Nico's full. His arm talent was on show right there. I mean, he zipped that ball out there. It wasn't that high. It just went right through Tate's hands.
They did. They call that, just like they do on the third base line, too hot to handle. And that's the hot corner being played by Tate Hicks right there, and it went straight through his hands. Cowboys not giving up, though. They're going right back to that same format, double split out to the right, and Dickey and Hicks going to pull it in, double split to the left with a single setback, and there's going to be a timeout by the Cowboys. We'll go ahead and take a timeout with you with 9:27 left to go in the ball game. Huskies 32, Cowboys 8. You're tuned into 98.3 KEJJ, your Cowboy Sports Network.
Hey, did you know Western Lumber is locally owned, family operated, and here in Gunnison for over 40 years? You contractors and...
the fourth quarter. Haven't seen much on the timeout side in the first half. Certainly here in the second half getting started. 2 more left for the Cowboys. We'll see if they use it. Appreciate everyone listening. Big shout out to Angelo Archuleta listening in. We know you're out there.
Yeah, we appreciate the text.
And here he goes, handoff straight up the middle.
Marchitelli.
Keeper by Marchitelli as he held on to it. He's going to punch it forward a little bit. Looks like he'll get about 2 or 3 yards out of that.
Yeah, our fan club from baseball season a couple years ago is chiming in. I got Angelo and Heath and a few others texting, so always glad to know they're listening.
That's good. Heath Smith, thanks for tuning in.
Angelo's always got something good to say.
Angelo always has something to say.
Yep, for sure. Way to remove the word good out of that. With 8:51 left to go here in the game, Cowboys down 32-8. Still with the ball, 3rd down and about 8 on the 17-yard line.
Yeah, they're giving a lot of cushion over here to Williams again. I wouldn't be surprised to see this little hitch, this little comeback over here.
Marchitelli rolls right, throws right, finds Hicks out there on the flat on the side, and that's going to be not enough for a first down. That'll only be a gain of about probably 4.
Yeah, it's going to leave them about 3 yards short, it looks like here. And be interesting to see what the Cowboys decide to do. You're down 32-8. You know, the outcome of the game isn't in question now. You know, maybe they're going to want to work on something here or something, and I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to go for it here on about 4th and 4 inside their own 30-yard line.
Well, out of 32 teams playing in 1A this season, they're going to take the top 8 to the postseason. So we'll see how that all plays out. A little bit of a modified bracket as far as the amount of games that they play versus how they're going to take playoffs. Normally you have a little bit more of a play down, but with the season ending so late, they're going to cut to the top 8 real quick.
Yeah, they're eliminating that first week of playoffs with the top 16.
So Marchitelli, as usual, out of the shotgun position. He's got doubles out on the left-hand side. He's going to roll left. He's going to tuck and hold on. He's heading for the sideline. He's going to get a first down and then some more. And that one's going to go out at the 40. He only needed to get to about the 28-yard line, and he looks like they're going to spot that all the way down to about the 38. So he got the 4 he needed plus another 10.
Really good block out here on the edge by Spencer Dickey and Braden Duncan out here on the edge. They did a really good job of sealing their man to allow Nico to get the corner on that play.
7:24 left in the ball game. Cowboys with a first down and a little bit of momentum. This is how they ended the last one. Unfortunately, dinged with a couple of unsportsmanlike, pushed them back to an unattainable goal. And had to turn the ball over, but now we got a pair of first downs in a row, and the Cowboys are on the march at the 37-yard line. Marchitelli moves, looks like Frias in motion. He's going to use Frias as a blocker. He's going to get a few yards out of it as he holds on to it, and he's going to get about 6 yards, it looks like, depending on exactly where they spot it, right up the middle.
That was 44 in motion, Gabe Perez, and that was looked like kind of an old-style quarterback ISO where he come in motion, and they led him and Frias up on the linebacker on a 2-on-1 and just let Nico run the ball. Looked like almost a quarterback ISO out of the shotgun. Real nice play right there. And when you got a 200-pound quarterback, you can do some stuff like that.
Well, and flirting with another first down is 8 yards on the gain achieved by the Cowboys, so it'll be 2nd and 2, right at just shy of around midfield. And there's a move. Everybody thought there was a flag going to come, and nothing came. Finally, the ball goes to Braden Duncan. Boy, that'll be a lesson to the Cowboys and to the Huskies in a preseason game like this. Both teams thought that there was movement. Both teams stood up and stopped playing. There was never a flag or a whistle.
Well, that's kind of funny. The head official, he was back there. He didn't know what to do either. He was waving his arms to stop play. But good job by Duncan and Marchitelli to continue to play. Florence did that shift again that they got caught, earlier on a penalty, and the center snapped the ball, and nobody moved early because nobody moved.
Well, good for the Cowboys. That's going to move the chains. Clock will remain running at 6:29 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
7's down.
Yeah, it looks like Duncan's got cramps. As soon as he got up, I see him grabbing his calves and go right back down. It's warm out here.
He'll be replaced by Perez, and looks like this time is going to be thrown out. That one's going to hit Vincent. Vincent's going to pick up a couple of yards as he hands the ball back over. Nice little rollout pass by Marchitelli.
Good play by Vincent. He took a wall up there and hung on to the ball, and he got up and handed the ball to the official and didn't say a word and went on. And he learned, maybe I better not be chirping off like some of the other ones so far, because they're going to throw the flag on that stuff a lot.
Gain of about 3 yards, maybe a long 3, so this will be second and a long 6.
That's a tough pass for Nico on the run, that wide side of the field, that out pattern. That's pretty good arm strength to hit that in stride.
Perez the single setback. Marchitelli coming out of the shotgun once again. Split out wide to the right. Left. Marchitelli rolls left, throws left, intended for Dickey. Dickey blanketed by 3 players right there. The pass goes long, and good thing. It would have been a tight needle to thread.
Yeah, that was a good choice. It kind of looked like he threw that where one guy could catch it, and if he didn't catch it, it was incomplete. And you had it right. There was 3 guys there. Didn't look like Gunnison sent a whole lot of guys out in the pattern. They might have kept some guys in for protection on that back side, but there was only like a two men out there in the pattern at all, and they had them both covered well.
They did. Clock stops at 5:22, and like we've talked about all game, now it's all about lessons, and Coach is going to call a timeout for the Cowboys, and we'll go ahead and take a timeout with you here at 98.3 KEJJ and your Cowboy Network.
Hey, did you know Gunnison Pizza is Gunnison's hottest pizza place at 303 East Tamichi? What's your pleasure? 16-inch, 18-inch, how about 20-inch? Yeah, 20-inch pizza with 13 stock toppings, but you can build your own too. And wait till you have a Gunnison Pizza. How great can it get? You got to savor just tasting it. And
see quite the season. I think the Huskies will be the toughest team these Cowboys see all season, but they're going to see definitely some tougher ones as they come along. Marchitelli in the shotgun as we get going. Double out on the right. He rolls to the left. He's going to push. A little tipped pass is picked up by Perez. Great read by Perez as he's able to haul that back in and turn a loss and a heavy pressured push to Marchitelli. Turn it into about a gain of a yard. Maybe not quite a yard, but a gain nonetheless.
Yep. Brings up another 4th down situation, and Florence, they brought everybody that play. They were in man-to-man in the back end, and they brought everybody on their front 8, and they were coming there.
Well, and you still see their studs, their seniors, Josh Martinez and Owen Bassetti, still out there on that linebacker position, putting out lots of pressure. So they haven't made much change into putting out any JV option there.
No, I don't think they've been real happy with the way the second half's gone. And Gunnison, they've got to be really happy with the way the second half has gone. A couple goal line stands.
Marchitelli rolls right looking for Dickey, finds him. Dickey tries to make a wonderful one-handed catch, but can't quite fingertip that one in. Just barely out of Dickey's reach. The pass option was open. Just couldn't quite hit the target exact.
Nope. Good design play. Just overthrew him just a little bit.
And that'll be a turnover on downs at about looks like the 44-yard line of the Huskies, as the Huskies will take over for a 1st and 10 with 4:26 left to go here in the game, as we're in the fourth quarter with the Huskies with a 32-8 lead.
And again, they still got their full complement of starters on the line and in the backfield with 4.5 minutes left. Like I said, they can't be real happy with the way this second half has gone. Gunnison's pitched a shutout here in the second half, and they can't be real happy about that.
Kennedy and Bassetti lined up behind, and Nix tries to hit a slant pattern coming across. That'll be an incomplete pass, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Huskies. Good coverage by the Cowboys.
And it looks like Coach Howard on the defense is making a few substitutions. He just put Rocky Marchitelli in at safety as a sophomore. Not quite as big as his brother.
No, about half the size.
There for his height.
Yeah, he's playing safety back there for his height, Mr. Williams said.
Nix comes back under again with Lincoln and Passetti. Cowboys move, but able to get back in. No flag. This one's going to be handed off to Kennedy. Kennedy gets hit and met at the line of scrimmage, but his wheels keep spinning, and he gets about 6 out of the play as he was able to break the first one.
Yeah, we got really good penetration on that counter tray there, but we just didn't finish the play there back there in the backfield. We could have had about a 2 or 3 yard loss. Really good penetration, protected their gaps, but just can't finish the tackles.
Well, and that was Ty Taramarcus on the penetration.
And Fria's in on the tackle out of his linebacker spot.
Lincoln Nix going to bring it back under center again with Kennedy and Bassetti behind him. This time he's looking for an option. He's looking for both a pass and a throw. This one's going to be knocked down and fumbled. Picked back up by Bassetti, and he tries to stay on his feet, but he's going to go down. This will be a loss of about 6, and that'll go back to about the original line of scrimmage, maybe back a little bit more. That'll bring up 4th down and 11.
Sam Buchanan made a nice play. I thought he was going to intercept the pitch right there. He was stringing it out, and then got his hand on it and made a really nice play right there. And too bad Gunnison couldn't have come up with that loose ball right there, but it brings up 4th down, and maybe we'll see Florence punt. We haven't
be the
seen
first
that,
time of the game,
which is great. Like I said, that's another reason, Florence, they can't be real happy with the way this second half has gone.
Well, the game collectively, they still hold with 32-8 against your Cowboys with 3:29 left to go here in the game, as they're going to, again, tight format up. They are going into punt formation. And it looks like for the first time in this game, the Huskies will punt the ball. Punter back at his own 30-yard line. Snap a good one. Punt not so much, end over end. Williams struggles with trying to figure out if he should grab it and he should stay away from it, but he doesn't. He picks it up, he bobbles it, and this one's picked up by, looks like number 6.
Number 2, Ezra.
Number 2.
Ezra Hartzell picked that up.
Hartzell, good read by Hartzell as an end-over-end low punt that was a hard to read, and Williams was under heavy pressure. I'm surprised he tried to pick it up, but he did. Got hit immediately, dropped the ball, and thank goodness Hartzell was there.
Now there's a flag. Looks like probably another late hit or something on this play, because I don't think it's a block in the back, because we didn't have anybody else down there blocking. Because we kind of came for the punt, and nobody was down there to help Williams out on the return. So it's probably going to be a late hit or a personal foul.
Well, we'll see. It came from the side of over where the tackle was made. And it looks like this one's going against the Cowboys.
In the back.
That's a terrible call.
It is a block in the back. I'm not sure who could have done that. There was 2 guys down there. One fumbled the ball, another one picked it up. Not sure where we blocked in the back, unless it was just way behind the play.
Threw the flag after the play was dead.
Well, that'll take the Cowboys back to their own 10-yard line to start off 1st and 10 with 3:03 left to go in this ball game as the Cowboys trail 32-8 as the Huskies setting up their spread on their defense, not quite as tightly contained as they normally do, a little bit more of a zone defense than we've seen all game as Marchitelli comes in from the shotgun. He's got a pair split off to the left. He's going to move in motion. He's going to try to play it up the middle, does, but only gets about a yard or 2 before he's met by a school of Huskies.
And Florence, they still got their big linebackers and everybody else in there. And this is where you want to be careful and not get Nico hurt in the last 2 minutes of the football game, of a 32-8 football game right now. But you got to keep playing the game too. There's a fine line there that you just got to be careful where you go.
So after a gain of 4, that'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Cowboys from their own 14-yard line. Cowboys going to split it wide on the weak side of the field with a pair out there, a single to the left, single setback as well from the shotgun. Option out, looks like to Perez. Perez takes it around the corner, and he finally gets driven out of bounds where the clock will stop.
He made a pretty good little hesitation move there right after he caught the pitch and got around the guy and gained a couple yards that I didn't think he was going to get.
Last second pitch by Marchitelli was well played and well read by Perez, who takes it all the way down. We'll have, after that, will bring up 3rd down and about 2 with 2:13 left to go in this game. Cowboys still pinned down pretty heavily inside their own 20-yard line. Another crucial 3rd down for the Cowboys. Again, Marchitelli, as usual, out of the shotgun. Looks to run that jet sweep, and that's dropped by Vincent. Vincent's able to pick it up, though, regains his own fumble, but that's going to take him back to about the 5-yard line as Huskies drove him back. And now we talked about that important 3rd down just from a field position standpoint. You lose that much and the down, and now you're in...
Yeah, that's a tough time to run that play down your own end zone when you haven't ran it all game. And
that was the first jet sweep we've seen.
That's such a timing play, the snap, the handoff. That it all happens so quick right there. That's a tough call right there. Oh, are they going to punt this one or are they going to go for it?
Well, they're lining up with Marchitelli, who is also the punter in the end zone. He's going to pick it up. He's going to punt it. There's nobody back to receive it. A good punt that's going to hit the 50-yard line and roll to the 40, the 35 before it'll sit down. That'll be touched up by Tate Hicks, and that's where the Huskies will take over with 1:15 left to go and a commanding lead of 32-8 over your Cowboys.
Yeah, I can't understand why Florence wouldn't put a guy back there on 4th and 11 from their own end zone. You're pretty sure they're going to punt it. You ought to at least have one guy back there to field the hop, because he's getting that good end-over-end kick and getting a great hop on that.
50 yards.
50-yard punt. That was a great punt.
So Cowboys go back to the defensive side. The Huskies taking a little bit of time on their own sidelines to decide who's coming out. Finally, they come out as a squad, and it looks like it'll stay the same.
Yeah, it looks like they're still got all their starters in the front on the offensive line. Same quarterback. They're not going to do anything different. They're probably just going to kneel.
Martinez and Bichetti in the back. Nix is still the quarterback who's coming in under center in a very tight formation.
Victory formation. Just kneel on it.
They're going to just tap it down. So with 1:12 left to go, the clock will run. It should only take one more time of that. And I would say Gunnison, both teams are satisfied with that move. Like you said, the biggest concern in these games is, especially the first ones of the year, is the injury.
Yeah, Gunnison looks to me like they got out of this fairly healthy. I don't see any kids on the sidelines with ice or anything on. And in the second half, they pitched a shutout, and they had chances on offense to get some stuff going. Some silly mistakes and some mental mistakes, cost them some big chunk yardage there in penalties in this half. So, they got some stuff to build on here in the second half.
Nix will take the snap, and no pressure on him as he just takes a knee. And at 23 seconds left, that should do it. Players should be lining up as they are and cheered by the fans that were here. We'll go ahead and send it back to the station, hear from our sponsors. We'll come back and tell you what's up next and what to expect. You're tuned in to 98.3 KEJJ, your home for Cowboy football.
Do you need a mortgage? The easiest way to go is head for Gunnison Savings and Loan. A GS&L professional can be your personal expert, whether you want to buy a new home or refinance your current home. Give GS&L a call, 641-2171 in Gunnison. And